Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the Lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another geek-tastic episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show that has everyone saying, I think Brie Larson's gonna sue. I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
And joining us as always to confuse the audience, numbers-wise, is Monster Cereal's own Tito Fast and Furious Rivera.
Hello.
And tonight... hold on a minute. And tonight, go back up. Tonight is a very special episode indeed, because joining us are the dynamic duo of all things geek. You've heard us rave about their show many times, and they are here with us tonight as we discuss the first two episodes of the latest MCU series, and one we've been looking forward to for a very long time now, Moon Knight. Please join us in welcoming from two geeks at the microphone, Mike and Steve. What is up, gentlemen?
Woo! Hey.
What is up? Right on. Thank you.
You made it.
Good evening to all you geeks out there.
It's good to have you guys.
Geekdom land.
In the geekdom. In geekdom land.
Yep.
Hey, I'm not on my show, sorry.
No, but
He
please,
doesn't have to work.
by all means, do your thing.
So we were previously a guest on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
right.
We
not
were.
too long ago.
Yep.
And they
Yes.
liked us so much, they said, hey, we should come on your show. And we said, that'd be great. And you will not be friends with us after this. Because you are on our turf now. And
We play it fast and loose.
That's right.
Full of wild and crazy guys.
We're the gods. We're the gods.
And so these poor
Oh,
guys,
the gloves are off. Right?
I feel bad for the two of them.
Pull the jersey.
No, but seriously, Mike and Steve, thank you for joining us. We are all big fans of your show, Two Geeks and a Microphone. You guys have wonderful content, great material, and you're fans of Batman, so right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the reason we need to,
Right
to
on.
watch it. Yep. Absolutely. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, thanks for letting us be here, man. We just had a great time with you guys, and I think every time we get together, my cheeks hurt from smiling and laughing
I'm the
so
same
much
way.
Yeah,
afterwards.
same here.
Can't help but laughing. It's the laughing and the smiling and the
my
good
cheeks
feelings
hurt so
all
much.
around.
I'm calling from work tomorrow.
Well, that happens to us too, but we're all on a lot of drugs when we do this show. So, all right. So tonight, as I said, we will be discussing all things Moon Knight, both the character, his history, and the first two episodes of his new series on Disney Plus. But as always, we have an appetizer.
We do.
To start off this feast of fun, and to serve us is our own Julia Childs of the Ocean State, Brian Ramsey. What?
That was Mrs. Doubtfire.
It was. I tried to do a Julia Child, and it morphed into Mrs. Doubtfire.
Nobody can do
What are you going to do? The alcohol has been flowing.
She's dead, so yeah. no.
Yeah, it's not just the cooking sherry.
Give me a scotch, I'm starving.
So, this week, as Mark mentioned, we are going to be taking a look at Moon Knight, Marvel's latest hero to get his very own Disney Plus series. Moon Knight got his start way back in 1975 by debuting in the pages of Marvel Comics' Werewolf by Night, issue number 32. Thank you, Derek.
You're welcome.
So tonight, we Geeky Dads, along with Mike and Steve from the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, thought it would be a lot of fun to take a look at some of our favorite comic book heroes who themselves first appeared in the pages of other heroes' comic books. So, gentlemen, who wants to start?
Why don't we let the guest start?
Yeah.
Do we want to let the guest start?
Absolutely.
How about Stephen Boster of
I
Two
will
Geeks and a
do that
Microphone?
because my work schedule's been crazy. I only had time to prep one, so
That's
I'm
fine.
hoping nobody else picked it.
Well, we all picked a backup, so if you picked it, then we'll go to our second.
Right on. Okay. Does everybody remember the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Stanley Kubrick.
I try
Yes.
not to.
So Marvel Comics did a follow-up on that. And in issue 8 was the first appearance of Machine Man.
Oh, wow.
Love Machine Man.
Dude, that's a deep cut, man. Good
Very deep
choice,
cut.
Steven.
Yes, thank you.
I forgot
Thank
all
you.
about Machine Man. Wow. You don't remember
Yeah,
Machine Man?
I do not know of this
I only
one.
remember Machine Man because he showed up in a miniseries, and it was a fantastic 4-issue run in the mid '80s, and it was super. It was super. So I had to go back and find out who this Machine Man guy was, because
Same here.
Yeah.
I did. Yep. It was late 84 to
Yeah.
85. It was a
Yes,
4-issue
it was.
series, and I loved it
Yes.
because the cover was
he was being
cover was like it was all wires,
and he was being built.
And then the next cover
as
was-
the series went on, his face
Yes.
became more and more like his final appearance, and I loved it. Yeah, man.
yes,
Good
yep.
call,
Yep,
Steven.
I did the same thing. So I still have that 4 issues. I still have those.
Yep.
Then I went back and searched for. Now I only have maybe a third of the series, the old series, the
Yeah.
78 series.
So he
And,
really debuted in a spin-off from 2001, a Marvel Comics adaptation.
He did. Now here's the
God.
scoopity doopity with that. So if you don't know Machine
I
Man,
didn't know that, man.
right? It's
Well, I'm
all
just going to leave now because mine's not going to compare to
Steven's blown our minds.
Show me
Set the bar way too high, Steven.
The Machine Man episode.
Wow. Forget Ms. Moon Knight guy. Let's go into Machine
He couldn't
Man.
do any homework.
right.
Yeah, he couldn't do any prep though.
Right.
I know he was
but I
worried.
love
Steven
Machine
was the
Man.
one that was worried when we had the initial
He
reading.
was like
worried.
nervous that we were gonna.
And look at him. He blew us all out of the water.
Super
First
amazing.
shot.
That's it.
Machine
So
Man.
the story with Machine Man is he's X-51.
Mhm.
They had 50 versions before, and it was the whole point of trying to give human personality to androids, to robots.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them failed. So the guy who started it all, Dr. Abel Stack, was the guy who he decided to take number 51, bring him home and raise him like a son,
Mhm.
kind of a thing. And he gave him a human face. None of the other ones had a human face.
That's right.
To kind of help him cope with the human emotions.
Mm-hmm. And blend
so,
in a little
he
bit
gave
more. And yeah.
Yeah, blended in more and stuff. So now we've seen that what's cool about the series is we see him he connects with almost every single Marvel character, Spider-Man, Morbius, Hulk, The Thing, the Fantastic Four.
Right.
He even battled Ultron, and he has there's a stint he did with Moon Knight as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Yep. And so there's 3 sets of comics. There was the 78 series, which actually was right after they did debuted him in 2001.
Yep.
The connection with 2001 is the monolith, and what they did with the monolith within the series, is his dad blows himself up to help protect him, and there's some other things that occur, and so he goes to he calls himself Aaron Stack after his father.
Okay.
He goes to find the monolith, connects with the monolith. The monolith changes him, helps give him a little bit more consciousness. You find out that the monoliths are through this series over the years the monoliths are connected to the Celestials.
Ah.
And so that's the connection there.
All right.
Then so you've got the 78 series. That's kind of the first series. The second series is that 4-issue limited series in 84, 85, which that's what got me started. Now, I have not gone through yet the 99, where it started in 1999. They started the whole series again.
Oh, wow.
And this time they bring back more about the monoliths there. But he gets remade or redeveloped under the Sentinels with some nanotechnology. They give him nanotechnology. The problem is then all of a sudden he's got this coding in him to kill mutants.
Yeah.
So this whole thing where he goes, he's trying, it battles the X-Men, and then he gets recreated again with the nanotechnology without the. So
Okay. Without the Sentinel technology.
His design is very similar to the
A
Sentinels.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
He's like
purple
a
and
Sentinel
yeah.
mini me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Good pick.
Dang. Well, you just blew my mind.
Yeah, right. That's the way I'm feeling, Steven. Mine don't look so good now.
Wow.
What do you got, Mike?
And before we came on, he's like, I just didn't have time to do any work.
Oh my God.
Shot it.
Okay, well, me being a DC fan, and mine's way more mainstream than that. I'm and a Batman fan also. I'm gonna go with Jason Todd, the Red Hood.
Nice.
Because
nice.
Good
Jason
job.
Todd was originally Robin, the second Robin to after Dick Grayson, and then after Jason Todd is killed by the Joker in one of my favorite Batman books, the Death in the Family.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
After he's killed by the Joker many years later, he's brought back to life through the Lazarus Pit and comes back as Red Hood. And I got to say, when he was Jason Todd, I couldn't stand him. In fact,
There's a reason why we voted for him to die.
I was gonna say, you guys know, and you know the story that the DC Comics put a vote out on whether Robin should live or die.
Yep.
I voted for him to die because I couldn't.
I think
stand
Derek did too.
But when he came
Twice.
back as Red Hood, I loved him as Red Hood. I think he's
absolutely.
a much better character.
It adds
So-
such an awesome dynamic to the character, and like the whole,
Yes.
especially now. I'm
Definitely.
I'm a huge fan of the Bat family, like in general, and him as like
Right.
the black sheep son is like my favorite,
Yes.
one of my favorite angles in comic books at all. Like,
Agreed.
Agreed.
Mm.
Agreed.
absolutely.
So mine wasn't the deep cut that Steven did. But there's deep love for the character. How's that?
That's awesome. Awesome.
That's great.
Thanks, Mike. All right, Derek.
I am gonna go with mine's a little bit more mainstream, like one of the ones that I think you talk about, big characters that got their start and
Other
made
books.
in other books. It's definitely one of the first ones that come to mind. The Punisher, Frank Castle.
Oh yes,
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yep,
right.
Amazing Spider-Man number 129, February 1974. Made his first appearance in that, and kind of like he's always been an anti-hero, but I'm a big fan. I like. I mean, it's awful to say, but I love the idea of like a guy who takes care of the business that no one else is taking out there taking care of.
You're a fan of
Love
of
it.
vigilantes.
Yeah.
Yep, true
Yeah.
vigilante.
Sure.
He's spawned some great stories. Like the characters evolved quite a bit over the years, and he's always great in team ups. There's so many different issues of different characters versus the Punisher, and those are always entertaining. So, I mean, he's definitely one of my favorites. I always laugh when I see, around. I don't know about you guys, but around here, there's a lot of Jeep Wranglers going around driving around with Punisher stickers or covers on their tires, and
Oh yeah.
and I feel like these people don't even read the books. They
No,
don't know
no.
what he actually stands for.
Posers.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
posers. They're just posers.
I was like, there's a good in the Civil War. Punisher kills somebody. I can't remember who, but trying to save Spider-Man, and he brings him back into the sewer, and he kills somebody, and Captain America beats the crap out of him, and he just lets him.
Yep.
And they're like, dude, you can't stay. You gotta go. And he's like, okay. And he won't lift a hand against Cap because he respects him too much.
Yeah.
For who he is.
There's just something about him. I mean,
always
it's
that-
Oh wow.
it could because it's one of those types of characters that they could go a different way with it.
Yeah.
And it could get real, like it could be totally wrong, just plain wrong, and they don't. They've always done a really good job of walking the line with him, and so yeah, he's always been one of my favorites.
Well, grounded
So,
in the
hey, Derek.
realism.
Yeah,
Grounded
yeah.
in the realism of how bad the people he's going against are. Like
Yeah.
that realistic, like these people are like.
And the people,
Real world bad.
justice escapes, and,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
system is,
Yeah.
I think a big part of it is, I think a lot of us always, do feel a lot of times
I think it's
that
easier
the
to
system is
stomach
broken.
than if
and-
he was like killing like Batroc
Exactly.
the Leaper.
Yeah.
Right? If he was like going after Batroc the Leaper or like Vulture or somebody like that, like you would feel
Yes.
empathy
feel-
for the villains.
Exactly.
If they had to deal with the
Exactly.
Punisher. But these are like hardcore criminals.
So,
and,
hey,
like,
Derek.
gangsters.
yeah. Good.
So go boots or no go boots?
That's funny. I was thinking the same thing. The go-go boots.
Yeah.
Well, see, I prefer them without the go-go boots, although I feel like if I ever dressed up as him for Halloween, I would have to wear the go-go
Sure.
boots.
You're gonna wear the go-go boots?
Absolutely.
I want to see that, dude.
Absolutely. Oh, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't want to see me in black spandex.
Yeah, black spandex. Yeah, I thought you were just going to wear nothing but the go-go boots.
Yeah, right. I think it's totally belt.
I'll just paint the skull on
Painting a
my
white
chest.
skull on your chest and wearing go-go boots.
What about you, Mark?
How about you, Mark?
So,
Go ahead.
What's that?
I was just saying it's go-go boots, not stilettos.
Well,
That's right. That's true. At least I'd be able to walk in them.
Derek looks good in both, so it's fine.
Legs for days.
Hey, Mark, keep your pants on. All right?
Sorry, too late.
Too late.
That ship sailed.
Yeah, long time
Two
ago.
podcasts ago.
It's just a given that Mark shows up with no pants on.
Yeah, right. He's only a block away, so
Got
it's
my
all right.
Darth Vader underoos on. That's all you need.
That's why I let you in the door.
And that's why you clean the seats after.
That's what
I knew I'd get in with a Star Wars pair of
That's it.
underoos. Yeah.
Is that a lightsaber in your pocket, or you just no? Never mind. I'm not.
It was a lightsaber. Totally.
More like those lightsaber chopsticks.
Just like a little cheese.
I have
cutter.
some of those.
Oh, we know. We've heard the rumors. All right, so I had two. I had Cassandra Cain, a.k.a. Batgirl, created by Kelly Puckett and Damian Scott. First
Nice.
appeared in Batman 567. She's the fourth Batgirl, daughter of the assassins David Cain and Lady Shiva. She was adopted into the Bat family during the No Man's Land saga and eventually became Black Bat, a member of Batman Incorporated.
And then Orphan.
And then Orphan. Now, Derek, I know you probably know
yes.
far more about this character than I do.
Love Cassie.
My knowledge of her is really limited to the No Man's Land saga. However, I know she went on to have her own books and her own identity and everything. And she was great. Just a wonderful addition to the Bat family. Never said a word, but her story, her origin is fantastic.
She talks a little bit more now. She does talk now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely like she's one of my favorite Bat family
You gotta watch
characters.
Injustice.
Yeah.
I know, I
watch it.
do. I do have to see it.
I have to see that too. There's a ton
Yeah.
of DC
There's a lot of really good stuff with her and spoiler.
I'm getting
Yeah,
there.
It's
I'm
dope.
getting there.
It's very good.
I do want to see that.
It's a great,
Eventually.
great series.
All right, and my other one, Carnage, a.k.a. Cletus Cassidy. I love Carnage. This, growing up in the 90s, being an emo artist full of angst and piss and vinegar, this was the character you needed.
Without so much vinegar.
Without so much vinegar, but a lot of symbiote.
A lot of symbiote.
First appeared in
more
Amazing
today,
Spider-Man
actually.
361. Venom's offspring, created by David, I'm going to butcher this name,
Michelini? Yeah.
And Mark Bagley. This.
Oh, look
if you're a horror fan, this is.
But for those of you who can't see,
do we got?
Mike is holding up his Venom action figure.
There you go.
Amazing Spider-Man from his Kenner action figure. Nice.
Nice. Awesome.
Very nice.
Awesome.
It's the new.
It's the Marvel Legends.
It's one of the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Yeah, no, I did not see the movie. I really did not like the first movie.
I know.
No,
And I heard the
mind
second
it.
movie was trash.
it wasn't
And
bad.
I don't know.
The look of the
wasn't
cat.
bad.
I mean, like they got the look right. But
Did they?
Steven's laughing.
Is he laughing?
Yes,
Why?
I didn't-
We enjoyed the movie. We
Yeah.
Did you?
We gave it a good review.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
They
All
have this
right.
great breakup scene. They have like a breakup scene. It's so
That's right, they
funny.
did.
I'm
I
not
love
a
that scene.
fan of the
They
whole
break up.
sitcom.
It's
Mark
funny
doesn't. Mark doesn't
shit.
like the whole Tom Hardy
It's-
thing.
I don't like the whole.
I like it.
Tom Hardy and the symbiote this
Yeah.
fall on ABC.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah.
like-
Tom Hardley in the movie.
Yeah, totally.
They have this real Sam and Diane thing happening.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's
Will they? Won't they?
It's very
All on this
moonlighting.
side of the
very
room
odd
is
couple.
yours. All on that side of the room is mine. No, but I will get around to seeing it because I do love this character. I've loved it since I first saw it in 361. He was really fun to draw. That's how I base all my comic characters. If I like drawing them, odds are I'm going to like them.
You have that issue, right?
I do
You
have
own
that issue.
Yes.
Yeah, and
well
thanks
done.
to the good people at Rubber Chicken Comics, they took care of it. And
Did you get that
now-
recently?
Yeah. Well, no. I've had it for a while. I got it
Really?
graded recently.
Oh, okay,
And
nice.
it's a decent
Nice.
grade. And so I'm
If
very
we're we're ever going to do a series just on like if we focus on comics, I think we should call it "We've Got Issues."
I love it. I like that.
That we do.
Yeah, feel free to use that too, guys.
We are. Mike's already going to do
Yeah,
a certain podcast.
Steven, I can see you taking notes. You're writing on your pad.
Sounds good. So those are my two.
You went straight up too.
Yeah.
Way to go.
I did.
Did he really steal?
I know we were supposed to have
I'm saying there
two
was
as a
theme.
as a backup.
One's the
I had a
in
backup,
case
but
somebody
I
says
just
the other
took
one.
ball.
Oh,
But
so you just stole
I blew my
Tito's-
load.
Oh, wow, you
both
Neither
of
of those
guys.
were in my, neither of
You
those
shot
were
a
mine.
shot.
All right.
I figured not at this point.
I actually thought you might say mine.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with like
With rock and
Punisher.
roll, but
I was.
Yeah, right.
I feel like my backup. I thought my backup was going to be
Yeah.
picked already.
Yeah.
And maybe it will.
it
might
might
be.
be.
Don't
It might
say
be.
yet.
Well, we'll go around
Yeah.
for everybody's
I don't think my
backups. We'll come back around.
Yeah, let's.
Cheeto, what do you got?
got? I'm going Constantine.
Oh,
Nice.
I should have known.
nice.
I have
Oh.
to.
I should have known.
First
Tito.
appearance, Swamp
Yep.
Thing number 37.
Wow, that's
I learned
right.
this recently. I didn't know this when Alan Moore created him. It was because the other two artists wanted to see Sting in a comic book.
No kidding.
that's
For real,
his-
that's the
their
reason?
representation of
Nice.
Sting in
Wow.
comic book
All
form.
right. Awesome.
So that's why they created him. And he just
That is cool.
That is
Yeah.
I never knew that. I thought that was pretty interesting. And he's one of my favorites. I thought maybe you might say him, Mark, because I know you've been reading a lot of
I figured
Hellraiser
somebody else would.
recently.
I was thinking him, and I was thinking Punisher, and I figured both were going to get taken, and they did. So that's why.
Yeah, but he's had, I think,
But I do like John Constantine.
has had a really good kind of underground
Yeah.
popularity. That's it spawned animated films, television series,
Right.
A film with Keanu Reeves that I actually like. That I think is pretty good, but he's one of my favorite comic book characters.
Yeah.
He's up there for me.
Yeah,
Well, he's dripping with
he's growing.
sarcasm.
He's
so
growing.
that's
Yeah.
that's a character easy
And he's
to get on everybody's good
And he's
side.
a
Right.
handsome devil.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Banged King Shark.
Right. And I recently acquired that issue not too long ago from the good people at Rubber Chicken Comics.
There you go.
To add to my collection, I was very excited to have it. And it was somebody, I read a lot of Marvel growing up. I was like strictly X-Men growing up.
Yeah.
Or X-Force. But as I've gotten older, I've become more DC, I think, over the years.
Yeah.
And he's someone
you
that
find
You've
yourself
realized
like
that X-Force
Yeah.
is awful.
back and forth.
I still love X-Force. It has a special place in my heart. They're so tough. they
Boom
have so many
Boom and
pockets.
Cannonball.
Cannonball's so great. He's got those big ears and he crashes into things. Shatterstar's only got 3 fingers. I love X-Force.
Didn't McFarlane?
Because Liefeld couldn't draw hands either.
Yeah, but McFarlane. Oh no, maybe it was Liefeld.
It was.
Liefeld's
There
Yeah.
was there was the Spider-Man issue where he crossed over
They
with
fight the
X-Force.
Juggernaut.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Liefeld, though, right?
Oh.
No,
That was Liefeld.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh, no. That's McFarlane.
Is it McFarlane?
McFarlane did
Okay.
the X-Force when they
What's
fight
that, Mike?
Juggernaut.
It looked like Mike had a thought.
Go for it.
No, I was just trying to remember if I had that because I
okay.
originally collected the McFarlane Spider-Man series.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember it off the top of my head though, but
Yeah, there was
I probably had it.
There's a few issues where they take on Juggernaut together with Spider-Man.
Nice.
I did like the artwork in that.
Nice.
Cool.
But that's my one.
Okay.
Because we followed the rules.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Brian usually takes like 9 or 10 of them.
But I didn't.
All of a sudden,
I
now,
didn't.
I'm the
He
bad
sticks
guy.
him into the intro.
I could see his laptop. And I was like,
Tito's looking at my notes. He's like, no, he's only got 2
is
there.
he going to read that as part of the intro?
I can scroll up.
a couple
There's like 8 other.
things in there?
No, I didn't. I totally didn't this
I
time.
don't play by
Who
your
you got?
rules.
Who do I got? I gotta find my list now.
A list. Uh-oh.
Didn't I tell you?
No, here we go. All right. So I picked the Silver Surfer. First appearance was Fantastic Four,
yes.
number
I knew he was
48.
going to go with Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Did you really?
For some reason.
Come on.
I
You're
did.
a huge fan of
I had a
Silver
feeling.
Surfer.
Wow. All right. March
You
1966.
brought
he
him
showed
up
up.
in our episode where
Yeah.
you wanted to see him in a show.
I do.
With
yeah.
David Bowie's Starman.
That's
as
right.
the theme song.
Yep. I do.
Makes
David
total
Bowie.
sense.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, I love the Silver Surfer. Started off, he was Norrin Rad of I forget the planet that he
Tubular.
Huh? Tubular. but Galactus was going to show up and destroy his planet, and he was able to convince him otherwise. But he didn't.
Nope.
He spared his planet, but as punishment, he made Norrin Rad his herald.
Yep.
And so he travels the cosmos on this surfboard-looking craft and searches out other planets for Galactus to devour, and
Catches some waves.
came to Earth one day and encountered the Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four convinced him otherwise, and they stopped Galactus. And
Yeah. I love the power cosmic. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So
Like, I don't know what the Silver Surfer does, but he can do a lot.
he can do a lot.
And I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like, what is the power
very
cosmic?
vague.
Yep, exactly.
Like, he got it from Galactus.
He did. He got part of Galactus's power, which was the
That's
power
just
cosmic.
Galactus, man.
That's just
Galactus being Galactus.
showing up on your doorstep. He's
Hanging
devouring
ten
devouring your planet. Moving on.
He goes back, though, doesn't he? End up eating. He destroys his planet after.
I think he does
And
anyway.
goes
Yeah.
back later on.
Yeah. So he's he's a little bit bitter.
He's a
I
bastard.
always
Yeah,
thought,
but
He is. He's
afterwards
bad. He's had some
he
problems.
got his own book in the 70s after showing up in a couple of appearances in Fantastic Four. He kept showing up as a guest star, and sometimes on the side of good, sometimes not so good. He's one of those heroes or anti-heroes that crossed the line. He was cool. I liked him a lot.
Norrin Rad.
Norrin Rad.
Played by Norman Fell.
Norman Fell.
Great
played
guest
by
star
Doug
spot.
Jones in the movie. Voiced by
He was
Lawrence Fishburne, though.
perfect.
But
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Larry
Lawrence
Fishburne.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of that?
of his performance, I thought was wonderful.
No, but I mean, but the use of Lawrence Fishburne as the voice.
I don't
didn't
know.
fit.
It didn't quite fit.
No.
It's like when they had
needed
Doug
Gilbert
Jones as Abe
Godfrey,
Sapien
or-
in the first one, and he was voiced by Kelsey Grammer's brother,
David Hyde
there,
Pierce.
David Hyde
Yeah.
Pierce. And then in the
Niles.
second one, they're like, all right, this guy can actually act. Let's use his real voice. And it sounded exactly
Doug
the
Jones
same.
sounds just like David Hyde
It
Pierce.
is exactly the same. I'm like, why didn't you just do it to begin with?
It's true.
So,
First
yeah.
time I ever heard him speak was him saying, "Which?" when he cut his when he's played Billy.
In Hocus Pocus.
Billy Bat. No, I want to say Billy Batson, but that's
No.
That's Shazam.
Yeah.
Sure as heck is not.
Yeah. But he was in Hocus Pocus. He was Billy something in Hocus
Yeah.
Pocus. Hocus Pocus
So,
2 is
Brian,
coming
are
out
you
soon.
a fan of the Joe Satriani album,
Surfing with the Alien? I have that. I love that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That was
changed.
Go ahead. What, Mike?
I was just going to say, he's changed the artwork now.
I think that they had to, didn't he? Because of Marvel.
Well, he didn't have to, but he did. He opted not to pay the fee.
I gotcha.
To retain the Silver Surfer on the cover.
I see. Yeah, because that was my introduction to Joe Satriani. Was that album? I'm like, oh, this is cool. Yeah. We've got an album here that's nothing but heavy metal instrumentals. And it's got Silver Surfer on the cover, and a lot of the song titles are Back to Shangri-La, it's all about Norrin Rad, and I'm so into this, and I bought it, and I fell in love with Joe Satriani, and I'm so glad I picked that CD up.
Now the new cover is like a silver guitar handle.
Oh, is it?
It's just the handle.
Yeah. I haven't even seen what the new cover looks like. Oh, that's lame. Derek just showed it to me.
Yeah.
No, I like the original one.
Yeah, that's.
I have to look and see if I still have that CD floating around somewhere, Mike. Might be worth something. You never know.
No one did Blade. That was my second.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he was the first one that popped into my head, but I was like,
I thought for sure that one of you guys would do Blade.
Yeah. No. All right. So
and Blade would have been a good one.
What was? Let's go around the room. Let's start with Steven again. Did you have a second, Steven, or no?
No, I did not.
All right. Well, that was cool because your first one blew everybody away anyway. You didn't need a second one. That was such a deep cut. I loved it. Mike, how about you? What did you have?
Well, my second is going to be my next favorite DC character besides Batman, of course, and that would be Deathstroke the Terminator.
Nice.
So,
where did he start?
Deathstroke started in the Judas Contract.
Yep, Teen Titans.
In Titans.
Ah.
That is a good one.
That is an awesome story.
Look at you guys. Know the number and everything.
Yeah, that's why he's there.
That's why he's our Tito.
Deathstroke is not really a Batman villain. Per
No?
se.
He's a Teen Titans.
He's a
Yeah.
Teen Titans
Titans
villain.
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people mistake him and say that he's a Batman villain, and then of course with the Arrow series, he kind of became a Green Arrow villain.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That earlier stuff I thought was really good with him.
Yeah.
And the Arrowverse, I thought was really good. That stuff they did with that.
And Steven and I met Manu Bennett.
Yeah, we got a picture
Oh,
taken with
nice.
him.
Yeah, I
and-
think you
yeah,
guys
it was a lot of
mentioned that.
fun. He's funny.
Is he really?
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was really nice. We bumped into him outside of. We were on his way to his panel, and we bumped into him, and he remembered us from getting. A
Oh, that's
picture
right.
taken
You
with
mentioned
him.
that.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 He was like, "You guys going to my panel?"
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
They were walking down the hall. I look over. I'm like, "Hey, Steven, that isn't it?" And he looks at us and he's like, "Hey, you guys coming to my panel?" We're like, "Yeah." You want to come up on the table with me? No.
We're excited, but not that
is-
excited.
He is shorter in person.
Is he really?
Than you think he is?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's fit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. I remember him from that Spartacus TV show that was on
Spartacus,
Stars
yeah.
way back when.
I forgot he was on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. So yeah, Deathstroke was my second choice.
Way cool.
Good
Way
Mark, you
cool.
already said yes, so we're skipping you.
Yep. you already-
No, he's got 4 extra.
I got.
Yeah, he's got a few of them.
I'm gonna say I'm surprised nobody picked Harley Quinn.
I know.
No,
I was
Harley Quinn.
really thinking one of you guys
Well,
would.
Because
To be fair-
Harley Quinn didn't make her first appearance
That's
in a
right.
comic.
It was in
a
the
TV
animated
show.
series.
I was
No,
wondering
it's true.
that stuff too,
Yeah,
like
that's a good point.
Spike
Oh, that's
or
right.
Morph.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are a lot
Quinn,
of
more,
characters
yeah.
like that who made their appearances on TV shows and then carried over into comics. But yeah,
No, I got greedy. You can skip me.
You got another one?
No.
Batgirl was the first like that.
Oh, that's right.
Batgirl.
Yeah,
Yeah, she actually premiered in the
on 66. Right?
66.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That I
Yep.
did not know.
And she got such a good response.
Yvonne
that they
Craig.
put her in
Yvonne Craig.
Comics.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know
with
that.
her sparkly purple tights.
That's right. Yep.
Wig.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
Red wig.
Because Derek hates X-Force so much,
I don't hate them.
my second one was Cable.
Oh, yeah.
in New Mutants '87.
Ah.
Who was actually created by Chris Claremont
Mm-hmm.
as the baby of Scott Summers
Scott
and
Summers.
Madeline Pryor.
Yep.
There
From
were
the
no
future.
plans to have him be Cable.
yeah.
It was just going to be a baby that they had.
Yeah.
They decided to make a grown-up version of him, and then they asked Rob Liefeld to
Fuck it up.
to
Oh,
make
ridiculous.
Cable, to create the Cable.
Can you make a
conceptualize
walking
him,
square?
Yeah.
conceptualize him. Oh man, I love his uniform. So
I do too.
much.
No, but I do too. But like, it's,
Yeah.
So good.
it's just so unrealistic.
Can you make somebody with
Oh,
1,000
what a- yeah.
pouches and no feet?
And do you
He's got
remember when
no
they, when they were making Deadpool 2 and they like started talking about casting for Cable? The guy that was from Avatar and
Oh, Sam Worthington.
Oh, I know who you're
No,
talking
not
about.
Sam
No,
Worthington.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Steve
from
Steven
VFW and
Yeah, no, Steven something.
I want to say Zahn.
Yeah.
That's not right.
what is his name?
I forget now.
And
Gee,
from
my-
Don't
Yeah, don't breathe. Don't breathe.
Oh,
I don't know.
Come on, Steve, help me out. It's Steven something.
Right.
Wait a minute, isn't this Tito's job?
Yes, it is Steve. He's on it.
Stephen
on it.
Lang.
Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang. Yes. Woo.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Off tonight, so
Yep.
And now seeing what they did with him, like okay, yeah, he could have been the character. But when he first was like, oh, I want to be Cable, I was like, dude, you're super skinny. No, you need to be like a brick house.
Yeah.
To be Cable.
Yep.
That'd be 8 feet tall and like
and have like shoulders out to it's
Josh
crazy.
Brolin, I think, was well cast. They just and they play up the fact that he's not very tall.
Yeah.
Which makes it funny, but he still plays.
I think that's the case with a lot of actors.
He makes an
What,
amazing
not very tall?
Cable.
Not very tall.
Yeah.
Ryan
Yeah.
Look
Reynolds
at Tom
is a
Cruise.
super
Tom
tall-
Cruise,
Yeah.
that circus midget.
Yeah, he's always on soapboxes on set.
Oh, I know.
Forced
with Wolverine, they had
perspective.
the opposite problem.
What was that, Mike?
I said with Wolverine, they had the opposite.
That's
problem.
right.
He was
Exactly.
yeah.
Hugh Jackman was
He
way,
was tall.
way bigger.
Hugh Jackman is a presence.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
he's a
second
force
was
to be
Cable.
reckoned with.
I picked Cable.
Nice,
as my
good choice.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Derek hates.
I don't
X-Force,
hate
but
them.
it's
I
all
just
right,
they're
man.
goofy.
Mm-hmm.
They're goofy.
They're fun.
They're goofy.
They're so fun. They're so edgy. Domino, what a great power.
Oh, I love
Domino.
Domino.
has.
I love Domino. but like
Cannonball. He just
Wolfsbane.
crashes into
No,
himself.
not Wolf. Was it Wolf? No, Wolfsbane.
Well, it was Wolfsbane, and then it became Feral.
Feral.
They had the same,
Yeah,
but they had
Feral.
the same power. Or
Yeah.
they're the same person. I don't
Fer-
know.
with like the
She had the
it
Bride
was
of
The spiky
Frankenstein.
hair.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like crazy.
They were so edgy. They were so 90s.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. You can't beat the 90s.
Oh,
Nope.
the 90s. I mean, that's
They were so
when I
edgy.
started reading comics. I hate that. I mean, I got in all the classics later, but it was the 90s that brought me into that world. So I'm checking out like Spawn and the McFarlane Spider-Man and the Carnage run at the time, the Venom run. Like
Yep.
that,
Yep,
that
yep.
man, it's a special time. It
Brian,
was the time for artists,
Yes, it was.
right?
Yes,
I
it was.
agree
That's
with you,
what.
Mark.
That's when the
Yeah.
Image guys split off
The
from
Image
Marvel,
guys
and
came. We got
yeah,
Youngblood,
creators
the
came into their
Max,
own.
Wildcats.
Hit. I
That's
mean,
right.
Jim Lee
Yeah.
was like, holy
I mean,
shit.
really,
Danger
before
Man.
the 90s, when did you really know an artist name from comic books other than Jack Kirby?
That's true.
I mean, other than
good
yeah,
call.
right.
You know, seriously.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Jerry
everybody
Siegel.
knew who Rob
Yeah.
Liefeld was. Everybody knew who Todd McFarlane
They were
was.
superstars.
Everybody knew Jim
Totally.
Lee. You know,
Yep.
all
Yeah.
these guys came out.
No,
and-
I think the only other artist I could think of is not Denny O'Neil. He wrote Neil Adams.
yeah,
Neil
okay.
Adams. Who
I mean, there were a handful. I'm not going to say
And-
there weren't
and
many,
you
but
had a few, but they
You
weren't.
also had Joe Quesada.
that's right.
right,
Joe
yes.
Quesada.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
And
I
now
think,
he's running the
Man
whole
of War.
show, isn't
Yeah.
he? Isn't he
He
like the
is,
head
yeah.
of Marvel?
He was. I don't know.
he
if
was the editor in
might
chief.
be.
for a
Yeah, I
while.
thought so.
I don't know if he is.
Oh,
He's
wow.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Up until recently, he was.
Yeah.
Now I knew who Marv Wolfman and George Perez was.
That's
Right.
right.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a huge
And those two were
Titans
always
fan.
together. You never saw those names
Yeah,
almost separately. It was
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
Wolfman and Perez. Always.
But,
Yep,
but a lot
yep.
of the
And they're
a lot of the classics like
fantastic.
Brian Boland,
Yeah, I agree,
and
Mike.
Dave Gibbons, I found out after. Like
Yeah.
that this was when I was going. You know, this was after I had realized how awesome comics were in the '90s. It's like, oh well, you think this is good? You know, go back to Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, I
go
know.
Back to
I know.
you know, Crisis
Crisis on-
and-
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
go
Crisis,
to-
yeah.
Check out Watchmen. Check out The Killing Joke.
Right.
Check out, and that's
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Exactly.
But that was my era, man. Superstar artists, and again, loving to draw. I mean, I was drawing young blood characters. I didn't know any better.
yeah.
Nice.
They had
Oh
big-
wow.
big
Look at Mike. Mike's got his copy of
Holding
Killing
up his
Joke.
Killing Joke.
Oh, excellent.
He's got all the good stuff. Like
He does.
right at his fingertips,
Now
man.
that's on his
You're,
top
you're like
three.
the you're like the Tito of physical media over there.
And now, Mike, that's on your top three, right? Of Batman stories, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Nice.
sir.
that's a good pick.
Good.
Do you think he kills the Joker at the end of that book?
Well, I believe that if you've read, the three Jokers,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have.
I believe that solidifies that he did not kill
Right.
the Joker.
But I mean,
So-
you know how it is. Like a few decades go by,
Yeah.
things change.
Yeah.
So,
You know, for the longest time, I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure.
Right.
It was just kind of hard, you know, and I kind of go with what the Joker says in the movie. If you got to have an origin story, it might as well be multiple choice.
Oh, it's
well,
a
I
great
guess if
line.
you got to have a
Great
death,
line.
Yep.
Yeah.
it might as well be multiple choice too.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
All right.
So my runner up was War Machine. War Machine made his first appearance in Iron Man number 281
Oh, that's
from
right,
June
yeah.
1992. He took over the War Machine armor when Tony could not function. And I forget what the reason was, but it was non-alcoholism this time. It wasn't the demon on the bottle storyline, but it was something else.
I really wish they had done that for the movies.
They
such
only
a-
skimmed the surface
Yeah.
of it. In Iron Man 2, when he was drunk at his birthday
Yeah.
party. And
Yeah.
that was really
That's-
the only time they
that's-
really showed him
That's real edgy.
messed
though.
up. I know.
I know, but
Yeah.
like
For
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney,
No, I
feel
agree.
like.
It was a
Yeah,
great
but go that
storyline.
far.
it would have been a lot better than
Maybe
Iron Man
they
2 and
didn't-
3.
But I'm really
Maybe they
looking.
didn't saying.
Oh, come on. Iron Man 3 is a great movie.
I didn't like it. Though.
Oh,
I didn't like it.
man. I loved it. I loved it.
Morbius is better.
I like Iron
Then
Man.
Iron Man
What?
3.
Come on.
Oh, geez.
Them's fighting
it
words.
Is. It is. It's.
Wow, them's fighting words.
I've got it ranked higher than Iron Man 3.
Ooh, I hate that rabbit.
Brian, we got to see this now.
Huh?
We got to see this.
Yeah. I guess we do.
I don't know.
Mark and I are the only ones who have not seen Morbius
I like
yet.
Shane Black, so
I agree.
I do like.
Yeah.
I liked Iron Man.
Yeah.
Granted,
Yeah.
I don't. What do
You
I know?
haven't seen Morbius, though.
I have not seen Morbius. I can't make that comparison. No.
Yeah.
But no, that was my runner-up.
Cool.
I'm a huge Iron Man guy, and I
is.
love the War Machine armor because that thing just really kicked ass. Had all the weapons and all the stuff that Tony didn't stuff into his own armor. And, yeah,
I'm really glad Don Cheadle took it over.
I am too. I think he's a better actor.
I wouldn't have wanted to see Terrence Howard.
I don't like Terrence Howard
in the suit.
No.
Yeah.
I've heard too many stories and read too many things. I don't want Terrence.
About him in Suits?
And Terrence Howard. in suits.
What's he doing with these suits?
I always laugh now whenever I watch the first one.
What's he doing with all these suits?
He's just being a jerk.
Yeah.
When he walks by the Mach 2 in Iron Man.
And next
Oh,
time,
this is
baby.
next time. I
And now,
always laugh.
and now everybody
I'm like,
says,
nope.
not for
No,
you.
next time, not for you.
No. Had to be a brat, didn't you?
Yep. Hey, and speaking of suits.
Oh.
Speaking
Moon
of
Knight
suits.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got a show to do, man. We gotta-
Speaking of suits.
Good segue. Is, this
Yeah.
our is it time for our
It's
main
time
course?
It is.
for our main course,
Time
gentlemen.
for the main course. Here we go.
Here's dinners in the oven.
The main event.
Ding,
All right.
ding.
Ding, ding.
And in this corner.
Dinner is served.
Why don't you get your laptop under control?
I
Jeez.
can. It's possessed by Satan.
Just all right.
Look at it go.
Wow.
Click on it and use the down
Don't
button.
tell me what
Don't
to do.
use your mouse.
devil
Your mouse
woman.
is clearly not working.
Oh,
Wow.
Leave my mouse out of this.
Your laptop
I'm
has
married with 2 kids. It hasn't been working.
your laptop
for
has more personalities than Mark Spector.
Brian trying to keep the top. All right, here we go. Yeah. We're ready. Here we go. Okay, so everybody shut up. Yeah. So, in the past few years, we have seen a continuing uprise in not only superhero movies, but also in superheroes themselves. When once mainstream audiences' idea of superheroes was the latest Batman or Spider-Man reboot, the cinema now hosts a plethora of superheroes that have seeped into the collective moviegoer imagination. Black Panther, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Shazam, the Suicide Squad, and of course, Puma Man.
The Pumaman.
See, unless you're a Mystery Science Theater fan.
I got it.
No, see?
I got it.
These are just a few examples of how the world of comic book movies and series have grown past the usual suspects in the superhero genre. And tonight, we talk about the latest edition of a superhero pulled out of the obscure and into the limelight, Marvel Comics' own Moon Knight. Making his debut on August 1975 in issue 32 of Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight, a.k.a. Mark Spector, who served as a Marine and briefly as a CIA operative, ended up a mercenary left for dead when embracing the power of Khonshu, the Egyptian moon god. Redeeming his life and avenging the innocent, Moon Knight is an avenger of the Fist of Khonshu and possesses abilities including martial arts, armed combat, increased speed, and endurance, depending on the lunar cycle, because he's moon, right? Like a werewolf. Expert skills as I laugh at my own jokes because no one else does. Expert skills as a detective, mystical visions, and a very cool costume. And another thing that makes this hero different from his Marvel family ilk is his dissociative identity disorder, hence a hero with multiple personalities, including billionaire businessman not Bruce Wayne, Steve Grant, and taxi driver Jake Lockley. Coming a long way from a spit curl and glasses in terms of protecting one's superhero identity. Recently, the Moon Knight series premiered on Disney+, and the comic book community started buzzing almost instantly. And now let us, the geek voices in your head, tell you what we thought of episode 1 and 2, as well as give our own take on the overall character and also what we hope to see in Moon Knight's media future. I'm winded, so somebody else start.
That was great.
Thank
What
you.
a great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Done.
Hey, Mark, you did it.
I did it! I done it! Oh, wait.
You may now go have an ice cream.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, so he made his first appearance in Werewolf by Night, but he wasn't
did.
the same character. Right?
No.
He started off, according to my extensive research in Wikipedia, it was Mark Spector first, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
but I mean all the Egyptian stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it was fully fleshed out back then.
It was just.
I
the
think it was
idea of,
just an antagonist to fight. Yes,
Oh, all right.
And he was all his like weapons were silver.
Yes.
because it was fighting a werewolf.
A werewolf, exactly.
You know, and
Well, whatever, Russ. Whatever.
Mark, our resident werewolf expert. Check out Werewolf of the Chainsaw.
Well, what is
Issue
it?
2 available soon.
You don't have to plug it at that
I'm
moment.
gonna plug it. I'm gonna plug it. I love the book.
I'm gonna plug plenty of things. Wait a minute.
But I don't think it was fully fleshed out back then.
No,
I
it
think he
was
was just
not.
an antagonist, and then he became popular.
But he eventually did become all that shit that I said.
Oh, yeah. Yes, no.
Because
No.
otherwise I wasted valuable time writing
through
that.
the magic of retconning.
Alright. Fucking Marvel.
Marvel doesn't own retconning. my friend.
No, I
I
know.
like
but
that his powers are like kung fu and hand-to-hand combat.
That's what
which
it
is
said.
kung fu.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, really, the only.
There's that crane move that
powers.
Daniel LaRusso does.
I always love
shit?
that about comic book characters like endurance.
Sweep
Like
the
they don't
leg.
get
Yep.
tired as quickly as other people.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, his big thing, I mean, because he doesn't really have any powers other than
Mystical
the fact that
vision.
the suit comes. Yeah, sometimes he gets visions.
Yeah.
He's got the suit that appears.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like change, go to a phone booth and change into it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Strong?
and
Guy?
he's tough, but he's not stronger than.
Depending on
You
the
know.
cycle of the moon.
Yeah.
That's what
Seen
it's
in the
yeah.
show.
But-
He
but
crushes
the-
a pipe in his
well,
hand, so
Like
that's
the
pretty-
biggest supernatural aspect is the fact that he can be resurrected.
Right. That's what I was just going to
Because
say.
he's
Like
died quite a few times.
and Khonshu brings him back.
Oh, good to know.
But the thing is, like, how limited is Khonshu's power?
Yeah.
Like, how many times is he going to be able to resurrect Mark?
Exactly.
Because
9 times?
9 times. It's
lives.
9 lives. Yeah. He's not
but
the
that's
Egyptian
right.
cat god.
Because
No.
then he'll just start resurrecting Stephen. And then,
Yeah, exactly.
and
And then he moves on.
Yeah.
And then Jake Lockley.
with
That
That's
is
why he chose him.
genius. That's genius.
Yep.
It's unlocking
Yeah,
personalities.
I'm new to this character.
Yeah.
Clearly.
definitely.
I'm reading the new run.
It's
no,
like it's like
I
the
didn't mean
therapist.
definitely you. I mean definitely.
It's
in
like the
general.
therapist that was seeing
the same
the
way.
pair of Siamese twins that have multiple personalities. They build them each other 8 times. It was a great thing.
No, but I am just learning of this character now. Reading the new run and picked up a run back in the early 2000s that I'm enjoying. So this is all brand new to me. Moon Knight was a character I never got into. Don't know why. Maybe because there was just wasn't. they
I
weren't
knew him
doing
because
it.
my
the
brother
trading
started
card.
reading him back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
I had the Marvel trading cards in like the mid '90s.
had
Oh, I did
those,
too. I
yeah.
had those.
And he was he was one
Right.
of them. And
I'm waiting for Mike to pull them out from under his desk. I'm looking at the screen.
No, but they were good.
The trading cards.
They were really cool
Remember the
because
trading cards?
Oh, look at this. He's got
you?
Moon Knight.
But he,
What was that? Moon Knight 2. All right.
number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Nice.
well, those cards were cool
But
though.
I do
because
have a full set of those cards.
do you?
Oh, they're
I
all
do
full
too
set?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I do.
I almost had a full set, but those cards were cool because I wasn't familiar with a lot of those characters, so it's like I at least now, even the ones that I haven't read or don't see a lot of, I recognize them from that.
Right.
And as soon as they announced this show, I was like, oh, I know who Moon Knight is.
Endurance 6.
Yeah, and
He doesn't get that tired.
Roll
that
for
quickly.
initiative.
Roll for initiative.
They always would have the stats on the back. I'm like, whoa, this guy's
they did.
strong.
Yes, you're right. They did.
Oh, he doesn't get tired at all. Endurance 8.
No need for naps.
Not getting tired
He can
at
get through a whole
all.
day.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But I did.
Now, I would say-
I have read him because he did cross over with Spider-Man
Oh, okay.
a few times, so I knew he existed.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I
What was that,
interrupted
Mike?
Somebody. Sorry.
No, it was Mike. What was that, Mike?
I was just gonna say some of the research that I did. Moon Knight is pretty darn tough. He has combated Venom and actually came to a draw with Venom. He has beat Deadpool. I mean, if you can beat Deadpool, that says a lot. And who else did he? There was somebody else he beat too, and I can't remember who it was. See, if I would have been Steven, I would have wrote it down. But
Nice.
but I thought it was impressive that he came to a draw with Venom and he actually beat Deadpool.
That's right.
So
yeah.
oh, it was Taskmaster.
Really?
Oh,
okay. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And Taskmaster was almost begging for
mercy
too.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So that shows he's pretty tough.
Yeah.
He's an odd character because sometimes Taskmaster is like super badass, and other times he's like a total punchline joke.
And sometimes he's a woman.
Oh
yeah, in the movie. That's true.
She was a Bond girl.
She was a Bond girl.
At least.
Totally was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Quantum of Solace. Yeah.
You know,
Oh, wow.
What was the first one called? Casino Royale?
Casino
I mean,
Royale.
that's the only one I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You've got
I've
some
never been
catching
a
up
James-
to
I
do.
know you're like big James Bond. I just never been a James Bond guy.
I love James Bond.
too.
I've seen
Me
them all.
too, Steven. I am a big
Yeah,
fan.
I'm not a James Bond fan.
Huge.
I like Sean Connery though.
Short.
Should have mailed it to the Moxburg. Right? That's not sure.
The floor's on fire.
I should have mailed it to the Moxburg.
And the chair.
We named
And the curtains.
we named the dog Indiana.
We named the dog. Yeah.
But Junior, that's your name.
Great
Pretty
movie.
good one.
Great movie. That and Untouchables, the movie, the Sean Connery quotes.
That's the Chicago
Like,
way.
yeah.
Oh, I love that scene.
Yeah, you bring a gun. That's the Chicago way. All right, enough with this running around shit. You're gonna talk. Oh, this
So
has
how
nothing
much
to
better
do-
would Moon Knight have been with Sean Connery as Mark
Anything
Spector?
would be better. Sean Connery as Khonshu would have been.
There you go.
Oh, well, way better than F. Murray Abraham.
That's
Oh, come on. I like F. Murray Abraham.
You know what? And
I
I'll
like
tell you
F.
right
Murray.
now. You like him.
like him.
You like him, huh?
Murray. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
What do you
Funny,
know
funny
of
that
it?
Mark is saying that he likes it, and yet he doesn't like the Tom Hardy and Venom thing because that's totally what they do in this show.
Yeah, but it's F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, I mean, it
It's
definitely.
not Tom Hardy talking to himself.
I
It's
do
Omar-
not like the voice.
It's
Yeah.
Omar Swarry from Scarface.
No, it's totally like it just sounds just like Venom, and I like Venom, and I like Tom Hardy.
It does
But
not
this-
sound like
it
Venom.
does.
I'm with you.
Right?
No way.
Right?
You guys are high.
I got people in my corner.
I didn't think about it until you just said it. He kind of makes. I think you make a good point.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
think
think about.
it's
I like
like Venom,
I
but
like
I don't think he
I like the
sounds
voice in his head. I think.
Yeah.
And
It
even
is
the
very
dynamic,
funny, though.
even like the whole like
It's the
him
idiot
arguing.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
The idiot's in control. Did he seriously just throw the gun away?
That is very Venom. That is very Venom. That is very Venom.
Right?
Yeah.
That
Very.
is. Yeah.
Now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, kind
Thank
of.
you. I'm
no,
not crazy.
it's different but same.
I like
It's
it.
different but same.
Well, I like the Venom.
Venom,
I like the
because
Venom
you know why?
conversation. I think it's
Khonshu,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Khonshu can be funny because I don't know of Khonshu. Venom doesn't need to be funny because I know Venom and I read Venom and he was not a fucking sitcom.
actually, in the comics, Khonshu is very serious.
Yeah, well, so is Venom. So I guess we're both wrong.
All right, gentlemen.
Somebody get us out of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, opening thoughts.
opening thoughts on the show, other than our disdain for.
I was pointing to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let our
Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing at me.
We're
You're pointing.
scaring
I'm like,
them
what's
away.
on me? Did I spill my sandwich all over me? I'm looking down, like what? Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the series so far? We're 2
So,
episodes
Mike, you
in.
go first because I'm gonna go off.
All right.
on something.
Okay.
So you go
I
first.
can't wait.
Go ahead.
Ooh,
Okay, I'm fairly new to the Moon Knight character. Also, I mean, I knew of him.
Right.
You know, I've known of him for years. I always thought he was a cool looking character, but for some reason, just did not, really get into him. So when they announced this series, I started reading up a little bit. I've started collecting the new line. Really enjoying what I'm reading so far. And so far, I love these first 2 episodes. I love Mark Spector. I love the back and forth between him and Stephen Grant. And Khonshu, I think he's great, and yeah, I like the whole Venom aspect of it. So I'm totally in for this show. I'm in for the long haul.
Nice.
But then again, I love the Venom movie too. So
Well, nobody's
Mark.
perfect.
Right. All right, well,
Mark's gonna go
here's-
back
here-
and watch it, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, they're right." Now I don't like it anymore.
Wait a minute. Hold
the
on.
same thing,
Wait. Let me think about. No, I don't need to go back and see it.
No, I know. I meant
It's all
Moon
ruined
Knight.
now.
Oh, Moon Knight. Oh no.
I meant you're
mean,
gonna
I'll
go back and watch Moon
that.
Knight now, and you're gonna be like, oh, they're right.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Right.
Okay.
What about you,
I
Steven?
can see what you were saying, though, Derek. I can see it, but I'm not
So
going to agree
my
with it.
d-
There he is.
kind of verklempt on this part. Hey, so here's the deal. I enjoyed both episodes. The first one I had mixed feelings with afterwards because I'm like, dadgummit, they should have done what they did with
Oh boy.
Mike knows where I'm headed. All right, so Hawkeye, the TV series
Stop
Hawkeye,
whining.
they dropped. I know, really. They dropped 2 episodes to start off with.
Yeah,
they
did.
should. They definitely should have done that with this because after the first episode, I'm not familiar with Moon Knight, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah,
Now,
no,
did
I
I
agree.
like the effects? Yes, but it didn't give me any story elements. It just dropped me in, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And it didn't answer any questions until the second episode.
Yeah.
Now, did I want to see the second episode? That's where I'm like, yeah, I do want to see the second episode because I want to know what's going on. And so, yes, it did do that. But I was like, I
didn't
get
want to
it
have
in
to wait a
films and
week.
movies and stories.
Yeah.
I did not want to have to wait a week. And so much so, I was so frustrated, I almost didn't watch it. I'm like, no, if they're going to do this, it's going to be a freaking slow show. And I don't have time for this.
He's a busy man. Steve's a busy man.
I'm a busy man.
That's
I gotta
right.
make hard decisions.
I felt exactly the same way after the first
Yeah.
episode. I felt the same
No.
way. I was like,
Thank
oh, they're not
you.
telling me anything about anything.
Yeah.
And then it just
I
ends with him in his costume,
know
and then
anything.
and I was like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, finally, Moon Knight.
So what?
Right. Yeah. Now, if they had dropped both episodes together, absolutely, I'd been like, yeah, count me in. I'll be there every week.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Because I absolutely loved the second episode. Because when it gave me answers, it gave me context to really flesh out what was going on. And I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I thought Ethan Hawke's doing a great job as a villain.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
he
agree. I
is.
like that kind of cult leader, kind of prophet, kind of former fist of Khonshu.
Arrow, right?
Yeah.
Arrow,
Arrow.
Harrow,
Harrow.
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 Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Harold.
Harold.
Him and his purple crayon.
Yeah, Harold in the land of chalk drawings.
I mean, I don't know. I could be, I could be off base a little bit. I
Not
get
at
you're trying
all.
to create TV series and stuff like that, but I was
don't
just
think
like, I at the first episode, I was like, okay, but I don't know anything. I still
Yeah.
don't know anything.
Stop encouraging his whining.
No.
I
See,
think
with
he's onto
Moon Knight,
something.
Moon Knight's
I got
always
one
been.
of my own right here, Mike.
Yeah.
I got one of my own right
Moon Knight's always been kind of like that C or D list kind of Marvel character where not that many people knew
Agreed.
who
Yeah.
he was, except for when he did like a crossover on other people's books.
Yeah.
And so, like, people who don't know his origin story are going to come into this series not knowing what the hell's going on. Like you, Steven, who weren't, exposed to the comic books, and knows the backstory about his multiple personalities and all the other stuff that's going on with the Egyptian gods. And yeah, I can see where everybody would be like
The
totally
first
confused.
episode is very confusing. It's a little all over the place.
And it was a little on the short side.
Yeah.
That one was only like 30 something minutes long, where the second episode was 53 or 55 minutes long, I think, something like
Was
that.
it
So
really?
well, and like,
yeah.
and
Seriously?
Yeah. So I mean, it was able to flesh it out a little bit
I
more.
watched it again before I watched the second episode today.
Yeah.
And like I totally got lost on the goldfish thing, even in the first one. Like I'm like, all right, so is it a different gold? Like,
Oh,
what
with
happened?
one flipper. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, did something happen? And Khonshu bless
just a
the
callback
damn
to Nemo.
fish, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Disney's trying to get in
Forgot
commercials.
about that. I forgot
Plugging
about that.
themselves.
oh, they definitely reference
Any way they
too,
can.
yeah.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yeah, I felt a little bit like Steven did about the episode as a whole, except for a few scenes. I mean, the scene where he's driving the ice cream truck, I think is fantastic. Such a great
I love
scene.
that scene. Shot
So
very
fun.
well.
You don't know what's happening. You don't know,
Yep.
like he disappears, he comes back, something else, he's driving backwards. Great scene.
Yeah.
And the
Oh, I
scene-
love the whole.
So good.
I liked that they didn't show him as
the badass.
as Mark.
Yeah.
Like it kept
I did too.
it kept cutting like further down the road or in a different area where they're driving, and it's
Right.
like him coming back to fruition, and like
That was great. I like the way they
Very
did
well
that too.
done.
It
Very
gave
well
this
done.
element of mystery to it because you didn't know what was going on, and to me it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep coming back to find out what the heck is going on. Now granted, I knew a little bit about what was going on because I read some of the comics, but still you were a little confused even reading the comics. But to me that confusion was good because to me it created intrigue,
brought you back.
So,
I felt like that. When I first, I mean, I haven't really read a lot of Moon Knight. I read what's the one that I told you I read? Like, was it 2008?
Yeah, the Mark Spector Moon Knight series.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very like it's all it's the Bushman storyline, and like I was confused just reading that too. I mean, it is a little it's hard to follow, when you don't know, when you haven't had the back.
Well, Moon Knight's had a very convoluted publishing history to begin with.
Yeah.
He
Right.
started off in like we established before in Werewolf by Night, and then he got his own book in 1980.
Yeah.
And it didn't run for very long because it wasn't very popular.
Yeah.
And then I think, he's been on and off, and he was part of the West Coast Avengers at one point.
Part of the Midnight
But he's had his
Suns.
own series of books where they keep not really reinventing, but kind of adding and embellishing things and maybe like augmenting his powers at one point. But right now, the current series that you and I are reading now, Mark, this is volume 9.
Yeah.
This is how many times that they've restarted Moon Knight through Marvel.
Wow.
Like since 1980, his book has been restarted 9 times.
It's like
Seems like
clearly
they
the
just don't
editors
know what to do with them.
It's true,
Clearly
and
they
this is-
know that they have something special.
Yeah.
It's just they just haven't been able to. I mean, I don't even want to say that they haven't done it right because I'm sure that some of the past storylines were good. And I know that like I liked my exposure to him was with the Midnight Suns. I'm a big fan of the Midnight Suns.
Right.
And
Okay.
like
That was the series in the 90s
and the
with
Marvel
Blade and
Knights,
Hannibal King.
Blade,
and
Hannibal King, Morbius was in there for
Right.
a while,
And Ghost Rider and Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, two of the both of the Ghost Riders, Johnny Blaze and
Danny Ketch.
And Danny Ketch, yeah. So like I saw him pop up in those, and I've seen him pop up in other things here and there, but like his solo runs, I mean, you've got 9 volumes, so I'm assuming that they know they have something, and that there are like diehard Moon Knight fans out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, there definitely are because the book
yeah.
keeps coming back. There's definitely an audience for him. It's just not as big an audience as other comic book characters seem to have.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they fit in to the future because Kevin Feige did say that they are going to have him. He's going to show up in the MCU, like past the show. He's not just.
I hope
it's not
so.
just a one and done.
Yeah.
So like to think of.
I mean, they've got a name like
I heard
Oscar
he's gonna
Isaac.
come in-
So
Yeah.
I heard he's going to come into Avengers 5, so
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
that'd be great.
Cool.
that's what I've heard. And
Well,
I've also heard rumors that he may come into Ghost Rider and a couple of the other mystical characters and have almost like Marvel's version of DC's Dark Justice League.
Yeah.
So
That would be cool.
The Night Stalker.
Which-
Yeah, or the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, the
you
Midnight
know?
Suns.
Yeah.
and the Night
That's
Stalkers.
what
That's why I was so excited about Blade being in this, and why I was so disappointed. We actually before the show we were talking a little bit about the Morbius, the post-credit scenes, and I don't want to spoil too much because Mark and
I've already
Brian haven't seen them.
Yeah, but I've seen,
You've seen
the
the
thing.
after credits?
Yeah, the after credits.
Where like it was a perfect opportunity to put Blade in. I mean, you've got a vampire character, and I'm super. I love Mahershala Ali. He's an awesome actor, and I cannot wait to see him as Blade. And Blade is definitely. I mean, he was my second pick for the appetizer.
Sony doesn't have the rights to him though. I don't think Marvel's gonna.
No, but
be
I
like,
don't know. I mean,
you can borrow this guy for the end of your crappy movie.
Yeah.
Well-
Why not? That dumpster fire of a movie. Yeah, take Blade for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to see Morbius and Blade together.
Yeah,
I
right?
think that
Yeah.
would break.
Yeah,
I agree. Sony should just like
they should. They
write
should
me
just
some
sign
checks
over the
and
right.
take 'em.
Yeah. Like, say, hey.
keep taking whatever money you're getting and just keep letting
Exactly.
these guys make these movies with your characters.
Yep.
This is
I
a
know.
great opportunity because they're doing the Werewolf by Night like Halloween special.
Yeah.
This is happening. Blade is happening. I would love to see Marvel go, Disney go a little bit darker into that.
I want to see it.
Supernatural world because that stuff is fun.
And you know, now that they're folding in the Netflix shows too. I mean, Punisher was part of the Marvel Knights.
True.
And you know, Daredevil, and you've got a lot of racier, more gritty, adult content now. And I would love to see that, like Black Label type stuff. But
Sure. Hey, I've got a question for you guys. Those who have read with Moon Knight and stuff, why is it that some people compare Moon Knight to DC's Batman?
That's what I wanted to bring up
I
too.
was going to say that too because I remember growing up as a kid.
That's been
it
a-
was like, oh, he's like a knockoff Batman. He's
Yeah.
super rich and he wears
Yeah.
a white costume.
That's
It's all the
like all I knew
operates
growing
at
up.
it's all the
90s.
running on the rooftops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super rich. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
I think it's the rich thing, the fact that he doesn't really have superpowers necessarily. You know, the
Combat.
agility, the
Hand-to-hand
combat,
combat,
yeah.
and that he's vengeance.
But,
I mean, he's vengeance.
but
He's-
technically,
he's-
Go ahead.
yeah, he
Go
has
ahead.
vengeance.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
you know what I mean? He's
true.
You know,
But
Batman.
technically, he does have powers through Kanju, though.
Yeah, but
Alfred.
I think that's one of those things that have changed over the years. Like you know, like we were talking about how the different volumes of these series of Moon Knight books, they've kind of tweaked what his powers actually entail. They're not always, you know, he's not 100% like supernatural. He just a lot of it he depends on his own physical skills.
Abilities. Yeah.
And it's really just like I mean I think that I read like the show is following this where it's it's pretty much just the suit magically appearing and the reincarnation type stuff, the bringing him back, you know, Khonshu bringing him back to from the dead when he's killed. I don't think they're really treating it as him having any type of other superpowers.
I was surprised.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I was surprised when we got the second episode it was, oh wait, it's still, you know, Stephen Grant in the suit, or it's still Mark Spector in the suit. I thought once the suit comes, it's Khonshu, you know, whooping ass, you know, kind of a thing.
It's
and I
them
was surprised.
acting
Yeah.
as his avatar, and I did like that how like, and they even in the cast list like on IMDb and everything, they listed as Mark Spector and Moon Knight and.
Stephen Grant and Mr. Knight.
Grant.
Which I mean
Mr.
like
Knight,
when he had the like fancy suit. Which I loved that scene.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Do you guys
loved it.
when you watch it? Do you guys watch it with the closed caption? Do you watch it with the
Yes.
subtitles?
No, because I watch it. I watch it while
I
I'm
do
working.
now.
So.
See, I did too. I did.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when I forget the character's name, when she was telling, Stephen
Layla?
Grant's Layla, thank you. When Layla was telling him to, call the suit, and he's like, "What the soup?"
in the soup.
He in the subtitles it says he thought she was saying the soup, like the soup.
Minestrone!
But I like the fact that Stephen Grant doesn't know anything about Khonshu. He doesn't know anything about the Egyptian
He's
pantheon.
been kept in the dark.
He's been kept in the dark. So when she says call a suit,
Right.
this is what he thinks a suit looks like, not what it's supposed to be.
Right.
So that's why it looked
Yeah.
that way. And I loved that.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Why
Well, he has
loved
no
it.
concept of the suit.
Why the
He
hell are we
doesn't.
dressed like
Yeah, he's
this?
like, what? And then he falls out the window. He's like, that should have hurt a lot more than it did, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when he
And then-
wakes
and
up,
then-
is
and
it
then-
the first episode when he wakes up in the whatever country it is that Ethan Hawke is in.
All right.
And
So
his
did
face
any?
is like,
Oh, his
he's
jaw's
like putting his
broken.
jaw.
Oh my God! Yeah, he wakes up in the dirt. Somebody said that
Yeah, I
country
love
that he
that.
woke up in was Latveria.
Oh,
Oh.
That's what it. That's what somebody I saw online said that that's what they did.
Mark, that's where Doctor Doom is from.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, I was lost too. I didn't know.
Mike, help me out, man. I don't know.
You and I are on the same
We're
page.
like,
here. I'm
oh,
going,
yeah.
where?
All right, sorry
Latveria.
to all you DC folk out there. Latveria is
That's,
from where
what is
Victor
that, a
Von Doom is
medication?
the ruler
What
of.
is it?
Victor Von Doom.
That's funny because I do
know where
love Dr.
Metropolis
Doom.
and
I know.
Gotham are.
That's
okay.
it. That's it. Yeah.
You're
Across
a
the
Coast
bay.
City guy, a Coast City guy.
Oh, and Bloodhaven.
Yeah,
Yes,
in
that's right.
Bloodhaven. Yep.
Central City,
Star City.
Central
City.
Fine.
Star City.
Lavitra,
City.
whatever the hell that is. I don't
Latveria.
know. What that too.
Yeah.
Levitro.
In vitro.
That is an interesting. I would love to see
Yeah.
that.
That was
Yeah,
a scene I
I
really
know.
liked too when they all bow and he's like too late. He's like, oh bollocks.
Yeah. I know.
It's like,
No, we caught you.
We caught you, buddy. You gotta bow with everybody
Yeah.
else. That's a fun scene. I did like the second episode a lot more, and I especially liked how he seems to, as afraid he is, he's got a backbone.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm not
Like,
killing
no, yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
kill,
yeah.
he's like, you
Yeah,
guys
you guys kill kids? Even
You
kids?
kill somebody who did something.
You
that may
judge
do
somebody
something.
before
Yeah.
they've done something? Isn't
like,
that, you know,
I can't
judging
do
the
that.
innocent? Even
You would-
kids?
That's
Did you say
Minority
Minority
Report.
Report?
Yeah, that's Minority Report.
That's right. That's what I was thinking too.
I like
Good
that
call.
He's he's deathly afraid of whatever's happening. but
Yeah.
He's more afraid of what could happen if he gives up control.
Yeah.
And he'd rather almost face this room full of people and a freaking devil dog chasing after him wrapped like
Yeah.
wrapped in
It's a
clothes.
jackal. It's a
Jackal.
jackal. It's a jackal.
Jackal's chasing
Every
after him.
time he said the word jackal, all I could
The
think
same
of was
thing.
Family Guy.
I did the same thing.
I don't get it. What was the jackal in the Family Guy?
Family Guy. It's when he was playing Pictionary with the
The neighbors.
with the neighbors.
No,
They were the people that moved into the house.
Oh, right,
When
Yeah.
when they lost the house.
Yeah.
And it's all he's like this guy is guessing. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. Jackal. It's a jackal. And Stewie finally slams the pen down and he's like, "It wasn't right the first 5 times you said it. Why the hell would it be?" And then he storms off.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All I could think of when the dog was chasing him was Ghostbusters. and-
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Who brought
Well,
the dog?
yeah.
Superintendent is
Yeah.
going to be pissed.
Yeah. Lewis. Poor Lewis.
Lewis Tully.
Yeah, locked out of his own apartment.
Yeah.
Again.
Couldn't get back into his own party.
Fitz Lothar, Keymaster of Gozer. That of a
We gotta get
giant
these two
slore.
Yes, have some.
That was one malnourished jackal. I noticed
Yeah.
that. I'm like, that thing looks like it's gonna break if
Well,
somebody blows on him. Like
I,
that's.
at first, I wasn't sure if it was a jackal or if it was the werewolf.
I was thinking that too.
Because
Agreed.
he got
Right.
his start
It
in
was
Werewolf by Night.
and you hear the howl first. And
Right.
you're like,
And at the
"Oh,
end,
we're
it's
gonna get the
rumored that
werewolf."
we're going to get a werewolf
All
because
right.
Marvel is supposed to have a Werewolf by Night Halloween special
that's
coming
it.
up
Kato was
Yeah.
saying
in
too.
October.
Yeah.
So it's all going to come full moon circle.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I see
See
what
what I
you
did
did.
there?
Nice. Nice.
It's funny.
It's funny
I
because
was
it's
slightly-
funny.
I was
You
slightly
phased that joke in very well, by the way.
Oh, nice one, Steven.
Good
Nice
one.
one.
I was slightly disappointed it wasn't a werewolf because
Yeah.
I wanted it to tie
Yes.
to,
Right?
you know,
Same here. Same
werewolf
here.
by name. Well, Mark, I figured you wanted
Same
to be
here.
a werewolf.
Well, of course. It's like, oh, they're not waiting. They're bringing him right in. That's how it's
Yep.
a fucking dog.
That's no werewolf.
That's not a werewolf.
It's a jackal.
He doesn't even have a chainsaw.
And then I was worried it was the werewolf, and I was like, oh, that's
That's
werewolf.
Marvel's werewolf.
that's Marvel's werewolf. That thing
So maybe it was a good thing.
Yeah.
I know, right?
No, in the end, it ended up being a good kid.
What's his name?
Right.
Isn't it like Jack Terrier? Is that
It
werewolf
is.
by
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Jack Terrier?
Yeah. Yeah.
It needed,
Oh,
it needed
God.
to eat a
Jack
piece of
Russell.
cake.
Jack Russell Terrier.
Russell.
That's it. It's Jack Russell.
Terrier.
I
Yeah.
hope they don't change that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well,
I like your
you know the
Yeah.
cops that came to Steven's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were Kennedy and Fitzgerald.
That's right. They were.
JFK.
Yep.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Yeah.
Because I saw that too during the
Clever.
using the closed
Very
caption.
clever.
Yeah.
I am.
Nice.
I am a big fan of cults in movies, so I love this whole thing about you don't know who's in on the cult, who isn't. My question is, are they doing this? Are they serving them like of their own will, or is this all mind control? Can somebody clarify?
No, I
this
think
for
they're
me?
serving them on its own will.
So it's their own will.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows. Do we know?
It hasn't been.
I don't know because they all get up at the same time.
I was when they were sitting down and eating their meal, and oh, you're a vegan, right? And then as soon as they started talking, the Scarab or Marx or whatever, they all started getting up at the same time.
Yeah, pushing their chairs back. You could hear the scraping of the metal.
They looked almost hypnotized.
I think you're right.
So
I was waiting for them to start chanting. You know when
one
they
of us.
Yeah, well, not one of us, but he was saying something. I think he was saying "Scarab, give me the scarab." I was waiting for them to start like all chanting "Scarab, Scarab," you know, something like that.
Jackal.
Well, they all have the tattoo, right?
They do have. They
all have the scales.
Scales.
Yeah, because he was in the cop car, and the little kid hit the window with the soccer ball, and he looked, and he's like, "Oh, you're one of them too."
Yeah,
you know.
And I like that. Yeah.
What was the name of the one that they worship?
Conchu?
No, not
not
Conchu.
no.
Ahmet.
Ahmet. Yeah.
Ahmet.
Yeah.
Hey, Ahmet. Oh.
Ahmet and Costello.
Which is a crocodile.
Yes, that's right.
They worship a crocodile.
I thought Anubis was the one that weighed your heart against the feather.
No, Anubis is the god of the dead.
Yeah, but he's the one who weighed your soul against the weight of a feather.
Against the feather.
So what would happen if Alligator Loki shows up?
Oh, hey, now there's a crossover I want to see.
Stop watching is what's
That's
going
right.
to happen.
Oh, then it becomes a buddy cop comedy.
Yeah.
No.
Ahmet and Loki coming to it.
Coming this fall to NBC.
When I was rewatching the first episode today, the opening, that very opening scene with Ethan Hawke, and he's doing the
stepping into the
contrition type, and like the music, I forget what song they use.
It's a cool song,
but like when it fades to black and then comes up with like Moon Knight and starts the actual show.
Yeah,
all I could think of is like Moon Knight was filmed
before a live studio audience.
Like it was very.
Like it's an All in the Family.
A Stephen Bochco production.
Sit, boo boo, sit. Good dog.
Good dog.
Sit, boo-boo.
Sit, Anubis, sit. Good dog.
Good jackal.
Good jackal. Good jackal.
Nice one.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kept me invested.
Well, I know that we're only 2 episodes in, but if each one keeps topping the next, then I'm going to be pleasantly surprised.
I thought it was good.
Yes. I'm going to be pleasantly plump.
You already are.
It's Engelbert Humperdinck.
Engelbert.
It wasn't really.
Man Without Love.
Oh yeah. That's
I'm putting that on my Apple Music right now.
It makes me think of Eddie Izzard.
Mark's queuing up Spotify right now.
I am. I'm gonna wake up to that every morning and put glass in my shoe.
Sure. Oh man, that hurt when he did that.
How?
Yeah, I was cringing, man. I was like,
I know.
No, feet and glass, never.
Yeah,
a good
no.
thing.
At least he didn't put glass in his jaw.
That was worse than the albino in the albino monk in Da Vinci Code.
I am
he whips himself,
flagellating himself.
Yeah, worse than that. I'd rather flay myself than
right.
Paul Bettany character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He took me back to Nakatomi Towers with Bruce Willis.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pulling the piece of glass out.
Shoot the glass.
Yeah.
Alan.
I love your Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek.
It's a great Alan Rickman. I love it.
It's borderline.
It's borderline.
It's borderline.
Tito doesn't want to give me too much credit. It's borderline. Don't get a swelled head, Mark.
Right.
It's
You got
not
some
like-
good ones, though. Yeah, you got some good ones.
Thank you, Tito.
You have some good ones. So, you definitely do. I like it. I give it to you.
I'm sobering up. Give me another drink.
Okay.
I'll Alan Rickman.
Do
this
you
whole
need something
show.
else? I'm closer to the bar than you
I'm
are.
good. No.
Okay.
No, I don't even know what the hell we're talking about now as it is.
But wait, by the way, my favorite Alan Rickman film was Galaxy Quest.
Nice.
Oh, yes,
great film.
By Grabthar's hammer.
I will avenge you.
Yeah, that is a good. I'm not a Tim Allen fan, but I love that movie.
Me too.
I loved
feel
him
the
in
same way, Tito.
I loved him in Dogma. He's just all around.
Oh yeah.
Alan Rickman.
He is.
And,
Yeah.
and
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh, I
Prince
love,
of Thieves,
I
dude.
love Alan
Right?
Rickman as the
Yeah.
robot in Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I like
Yep.
that whole. I think that I love the cast in that film.
In
just watched
Hitchhiker's
that.
Guide.
I
Yeah,
just
no,
watched
it's a
that
great
again
movie.
recently.
I love that cast.
I like him in a little movie called Die Hard.
There you go.
Oh, I've never seen that one. Who else is in that? Die Hard.
I don't know. Some guy.
Some guy.
Some guy.
Steven Seagal, maybe.
Hans
I don't know.
Gruber. Hans Gruber.
You know, he's Jeremy Irons' brother.
That's
Oh, fuck
true.
that. No, he's not. No, he is not.
Oh, you don't like
Fuck
that one,
you.
right?
Fuck those
don't like that?
sequels.
I don't know why.
No, I don't.
That
And-
movie is
No,
amazing.
it's not. And you know
It's
what?
so
Ever
good.
since we all got into this war over this, I
so
came
good.
across it and I tried to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to be missing something because Derek and
You
Tito
are.
like it, and
It's awesome.
But
You
no,
need to
it sucks.
use a Q-tip, clean out your ears,
No,
shine up your eyes real good so you can see what you're seeing.
I see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a
it's the
load of
best.
shit. It's shit.
Oh,
of
that movie's so
Zeus,
fun.
my name
It's
is Zeus.
so
you know,
bad.
like,
Oh, what do I? Did I look
Father
Puerto
of
Rican to
Apollo.
you? He didn't say, "Hey Zeus." He said, "Hey
He said,
Zeus."
hey,
My
I said, I'll shove a lightning bolt up your ass.
Hey, and speaking of gods, how about those Egyptian gods?
Look at Brian.
Brian
The ones that Die Hard with the-
Brian King is segue.
See that?
Egyptian god.
I guess it's up to me to be the geek wrangler tonight.
That's not me.
Well, it's hard for us. There's only been 2 episodes.
Failing.
There's
Yeah.
only so much we can say.
No, I know.
We've covered a lot for 2 episodes.
I think we have.
And I don't think we jumped the tracks too much.
No.
where do you guys think we're going next? Then, I mean, what do you hope to see out of this the next what 4? There's only 4 more episodes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is weird.
it
Like,
is.
that's
Oh,
the
really?
thing is
So,
how- like,
yeah,
what are
there's
they
only
gonna
6,
fit into
Mike.
4?
6 episodes.
I mean,
What are they gonna do in 6 episodes with us? We're already 2 in. And
That's
we've
what I'm
only-
saying. That's where I'm in line with Steve.
Right.
Where he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"What are you giving me in this first episode? There's only
Exactly.
5
Right
left."
along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what they're
What's
giving you.
going on?
They're giving you a fake villain in Ethan Hawke, and the real villain is that bitch that works for the museum.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Awful.
Why is
Yeah.
she so mean?
Yeah.
Derek, you were so right. You were so right. When my wife and I watched that first episode, I kept saying, I'm like, man, she's a real witch. I
She
can't
really
stand
Yeah.
her."
She really is.
I would
She's
not
like,
last
why-
a day at that museum. I would
Nope.
end up
No.
telling her off.
Nope.
Why can't- I don't understand why he can't be a tour guide. He knows more than anybody else.
Seriously. She's just jealous.
She's got a thing for him. It's very odd.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, of course. She has a thing for him. She doesn't want him to go.
She doesn't want him to have dinner with that the woman with
Yeah.
the
You look
steak.
like you look
Oh,
like the
yeah,
greatest
steak.
pilot in the galaxy. I'm so turned on. Well, I'm a pretend.
What I like is that
I think she's just a bitch. I
I
don't
like
think
his,
this.
Mike and
crappy
Steven are just
accent.
waiting for him to say, so who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
I talk first.
Like when he's talking to Mark Spector. So who talks first? I talk first? You talk first?
Hello there. See, we listen to the show good.
We do.
Mike and
We
Steve
do.
listen to
We-
the show
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. And by the way, we always love your guys' interaction on the show.
Well,
on Saturday
thank you.
morning.
Because
See
sometimes we
later.
feel like we're interrupting a
Yeah,
little too much.
We're witnessing.
Oh, no, you're
yeah,
good.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
By the way, the woman in the gift shop turns out to be Osiris. Just saying.
You know what?
All right.
I would love to see something like that.
Yeah.
If she gets possessed by like the spirit of Isis or something.
Well, one of the security guards ends up having the tattoo, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, you too."
A bunch of them.
Yeah.
A bunch
Yeah.
of people that work.
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
in the
Which
museum,
I
so-
feel like that's one of those Morbius plot holes because he goes back and Ethan Hawke makes a point to say, "Oh, so you really do work in a museum." Right?
Oh, like he should
it
have
wasn't
already known.
like because he
Yeah.
tells him I don't know, I work at a museum.
Right.
And so he makes a point to say
I'll
like
work
oh,
in a
you
gift
were-
shop.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right?
Well, at least they used to.
But it's like if he has all these minions working for the museum,
already, then he should already know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't have good delegation
not the-
skills
that's
for
it.
people to come back
Right,
and tell
right,
him.
right.
Yeah.
You're
Why
right.
didn't anybody tell me this guy was working at the museum?
It was all those years married to
Yeah.
all those
We
years
thought you
married to
knew.
women.
Yeah, right. You just told us to look out for the scarab. This guy.
The scarab.
That's so true.
The greatest scarab.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. It was supposed to- I really like. There's some really good where Marvel, I think, is always really spot on. Is that they know kind of what they're making and what's going to be good.
Yeah.
Because him living in England, those interactions with him and the security guard are so like British comedy,
Yeah.
sitcom.
Bruv.
Very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the interactions
Bruv,
with
He keeps
him
calling
and
him Scott, and his name.
the
I'm
one
not
in the
Scott.
gift shop. It's very like BBC series. It's they just know. Marvel knows exactly what they're doing, and the action stuff that's supposed to be action is all very, very good. But they add those little elements, like they just know.
And who
Their
knows?
attention to detail is really good.
I know
Right,
we
right.
talk about it all the time about how
Yeah.
like they are very good with like they will put something in a movie or in
Yeah.
a show and they'll call back to it like years later, and so
Right.
it'll be interesting if
Yeah.
like the lady from the museum pops up and
But what they're so what they're so good at is
People,
like
people don't forget. People don't forget.
oh, it's that bitch! It's that little woman!
It was Anubis the whole time.
they're so good at like making you.
I
remember.
hated that woman.
Yeah.
So good at making you remember.
Yeah.
Because when
They
I
are.
heard "Hey Cap" on your left, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Everybody
Winter
got
Soldier.
goosebumps
I
in
was
that
like,
theater.
Winter
That
Soldier. He's
yeah.
running around.
Yeah.
Like and that's a small part of that.
Oh, yeah,
film.
that's
It's
like a
really
throwaway line.
Kind of meaningless, but like
Yeah.
you remember that stuff.
Yeah.
They're so good at.
but and then it made you cry like it
Yeah.
on your here on your
Little
left
baby.
and
Like
yeah,
him picking,
oh.
him picking up Mjolnir made sense. It's
Yeah.
like, it's gonna happen. You see it kind of, but like
Yep.
on your left, I got chills when I heard
Yes,
that. I was
seriously,
like,
man.
Oh, it's
Well, Mjolnir,
Sam's coming through.
They hinted that even before in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
he,
Yeah,
like,
when he makes it move
barely
a little
bit. Lifted a
Like,
little
you
bit.
see Thor get nervous.
Yeah, Thor's face like totally changed.
Which
like
is why it's even funnier when he does
Oh,
catch
yeah.
it in
Yeah.
Endgame, and
He's
so
like,
it's
"I
like,
knew it!"
I knew it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, in that moment, he was like, "My dad likes you more than he likes me. That sucks." It's moving a little bit. He's like, "Oh, I thought I was Odin's favorite son."
oh, whatever.
They're they're
He
so
who
good
be
at that.
worthy.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a trick, man.
It's
Odin's
fun-
a jerk.
It's funny though because
Odin is a jerk.
I
love
most TV shows when you hear it's only going to be six. Like is it six
Yeah,
episodes?
six episodes, yeah.
Six episodes.
Yeah.
You're like, how are they going to fit a story into 6 episodes?
Yeah.
But they've done it
Yeah.
a few times now.
Yeah.
So
Well, when you
it'll be
think about it, I
interesting.
mean, it's like a long movie.
It is.
You
It's
know,
6
it's
hour-
a,
yeah,
it's a
like
3-hour
6-hour
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Well, how
or
many
so,
episodes?
however. Yeah.
How many episodes was Hawkeye? Hawkeye was
Hawkeye 6 or 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Six.
it was only 6.
Yeah. All right.
and they got the full
Or
story.
7.
in
They
it.
Yeah.
did. And they
And
crammed
they
in a
really
lot of
did.
like surprise
That's right.
guests.
And they really delivered at the end with the Kingpin coming back. And
Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean,
I
I
love
personally,
Hawkeye.
I would like to see.
I do
mean,
too.
And granted, it's a little selfish because it's the only series of Moon Knight that I actually read so far. But like, I know that Bushman is
His-
is
main
a prime
adversary.
adversary for him. So
Yeah.
I would like
Gotcha.
to see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to save that or.
Yeah.
I mean, the series that it's actually it's the one that I read is really good where he kills him, and he ends up like he cuts his face off.
Oh, yeah.
And then he ends up haunting him. Like throughout the series, he's like he keeps seeing him and he's goading him on. And it's his imagination. It's,
Yeah.
you know, he's seen this
Because
guy that
Bushman,
He was-
he's
he
a
was a
big black
mercenary.
guy, but he's
Yeah.
got like a white skull face painted on, like tattooed
Yeah.
or painted on his face.
and he was a mercenary with him and I forget the other guy's name. But they
not the guy that becomes Frenchie, his pilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the three of them were overseas and they,
Right.
you know, they were mercenaries together.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting distraught because Bushman kills like a bunch of innocent people.
He killed the archaeologist.
Right.
I think, right? Wasn't it the archaeologist?
The archaeologist, yes, you're right. Yes.
And
which they
almost
did
killed his
allude.
daughter.
Didn't they? I feel like they alluded to it in this episode.
little
said
bit.
something about an architect.
They did.
An
They
archaeologist.
said, here's what you did to all the archaeologists,
Right.
or something like that.
Yes.
He had the file.
Yeah.
The
So-
cops did. They were talking about
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, I'd like to
It
see
might.
something like that.
It might. You never know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, Mike, what did you say you heard about the episodes? Like we're going to go back.
Yeah, I heard that we're gonna have some flashbacks and get his origin story.
Good.
Which would
Okay.
make sense. You
Yeah.
know? But I mean, I like the way they've done this. They just kind of drop you into the action.
Yeah.
I do
you know,
too.
And you get to know the character first.
Yeah.
And then you go and learn the origin story. Because to me, that has a very comic booky feel
It
to
does.
it. You know?
Yeah. And it makes
Right.
for more of a fun ride too,
Yeah.
because you're not
Right.
exactly sure where
It
this
gives
is
you
going.
some puzzle pieces,
Exactly.
and then it starts
Right.
putting them together.
Right.
after.
You're not given the whole thing right at once.
If I had the first 2 episodes, it was a fun ride.
Right. No, agreed. And now that we've seen week 1 and 2, it totally
whining.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Steven, what you should have done was not watched it last week.
Yeah.
And then just watch these two back to back.
No, but you know what?
Good call.
Steve, I feel you because our friend Dave, who's been on the show a few times, my friend Dave, he always, with all of these shows, he waits until the very end.
Mhm.
He
Does
and then he
he?
binges them.
He binges them so he gets the whole story at once.
Yeah, I've done that a
But
few times myself.
as podcast hosts and
Right,
geeks
right.
that are adept of having these conversations with other geeks,
Yeah.
we don't have that
Right.
luxury.
No.
Right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
I think most of these series are they're always worth a go back because
absolutely.
I remember thinking that I loved WandaVision so much, and I watched that week to week, and then every show that came out, I was just like, "Oh, this is even better."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with those
Alright,
shows,
yeah.
I would wait a few episodes,
Right.
and then watch a few at a time.
Yeah.
So it was more compact. Where like I think if I go back to WandaVision and just watch it straight through, it might become my favorite again.
I do like rewatching them, and with there only being 6, it's easy enough to
Right.
like each week watch the episode from before, or
yeah,
rewatch.
Yeah.
Steven,
And get caught up.
save it for the podcast.
We're doing it on Saturday. We're talking about WandaVision.
Oh, all right. Oh, good. Good.
Right.
Okay.
That's
I
right.
did
The road
watch-
to the
I did-
multiverse.
That's right.
I know. I did watch all 6. Well,
Yeah.
sort of. But that I got to save that. I was been told to save that for Saturday.
Okay.
So I gotta save
we
it.
will
You-
definitely tune into that. I'm looking forward to
We'll
that.
be listening.
You can feel free to speak up and we can just edit this part out.
I'm just curious. Out of
Okay.
curiosity, Steven, this was the first time you had ever seen it.
Yeah,
It was
that's
the first
right.
time I ever
Oh,
saw
okay,
it,
okay.
and I almost didn't make it through. I did not like the first several episodes.
Well, they were weird, but I thought they were fun.
And
I
this
they
is
can't
were
wait
my,
to hear
interesting.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
this is my second time through, and I had a completely different feeling going through the second time.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know,
Knowing what you know now.
right? Knowing
Yeah.
what I know now,
That it
I'm
was
just
Agatha
like,
all
whoa, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yep,
it's
yep,
weird
yep.
to go back
So
and know that it
it's-
was Agatha.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers.
Wait,
Steven
what?
didn't see the end of it.
It was what?
Yes, he
No,
has.
I'm
just
only
kidding. I
kidding,
said-
Derek. I just wanted to make you.
The last
Oh my god! I literally almost had a heart attack.
Well, he said he didn't finish it. I thought
No, he said he almost didn't finish it. Almost didn't.
I was like, oh man.
Oh my god!
Steven just picked up and threw his laptop. Did you see that?
Thanks a lot.
No, that's kind of become my tagline with Steven now. Save him for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast. I
That's
know.
what he tells
We
me
do
all
the
the
same
time.
thing a lot too, guys. We really do.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
Yep.
We'll start.
What
getting
What did you
into
think? No,
something.
no. Save it for Wednesday night.
right.
Save it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were just talking about making up a T-shirt with that.
Same-
Seriously.
Totally.
Yes.
For the
Yep.
podcast, right?
Yep.
That's great.
Yep.
Steven, are there any other Marvel series that you haven't seen? Or is that the only one?
Um,
or had that been
let's
the only
see.
one at that point?
Did you watch Loki?
I watched Loki.
Yeah, we covered Loki.
Okay.
Yeah, we did
I
cover
think
Loki.
we've watched all the.
Falcon and the
I
Winter
mean, we
Soldier?
haven't. We didn't do the we didn't do the Netflix stuff. But that's,
Oh, okay. That's good stuff.
we hadn't,
But the-
we hadn't
but-
started our podcast.
Yeah, I think WandaVision was the only one that I had not seen.
Okay.
Because at the time I was like, I don't know, kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
I like.
yeah,
it.
that was.
I liked it.
Mhm.
I did.
It's good. I mean, I did like the last 2 episodes. I thought the last 2 episodes were fantastic.
Well, and you're going to be glad.
but it's the same thing.
No, I was going to
Go
say
ahead.
you're going to be glad now that you've seen that, like as we move forward in phase.
Well, that's
whatever
because you
this
guys
phase
were asking me about watching it. And I was like, yeah, this whole multiverse thing. I was like, oh, okay. You know, not only is Mike telling me, but the 3 geeky dads and Tito were telling me. So
and
by
Steve,
golly,
Steve, you hate
I gotta watch it. So
multiverses.
yeah, so we're talking. About
That's right. Yeah, Steven's not a fan of multiverses in general.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm a multiverse guy.
We're trying to turn him. We're trying to turn him.
Just
Right.
a single verse.
It's
one
the
verse
peer
at a
pressure.
time.
Yeah.
Right? Just the one verse.
One verse at a time.
Steve and the multiverses are like Brian with the stunt casting.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't there a show, Steven Universe? It's now we got Steven Multiverse.
Only this is Steven with a PH, not Steven with
That's
a
right.
B.
Oh, you know, Mike, it's a different universe.
It's a diamond on the shirt instead of a star. It's a diamond on the shirt.
Yeah.
I also loved it when he went into the Mr. Knight persona.
Yeah.
And he goes, float like a butterfly, sting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's rolling up his sleeves.
Even with a V.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I know, he throws the coat. And
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I thought that was a little weird. I'm like, that's part of your armor.
I know.
You probably didn't realize it.
And when is that coat? Once he transforms back, what happens to that coat on the ground?
I know.
Disappears
Does it
into a
just
puff of
disappear?
smoke.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it
homeless
slither
guy
its
puts
way
it
It
back
on.
to him?
automatically goes to the cleaners. it goes to the dry cleaners. That's all.
No ticky, no laundry.
Yeah.
It goes straight onto a hanger.
Yeah.
The
That's where it
jackal
goes.
ate it. He ate it.
The jackal wore it
The
home.
jackal.
Jackal wore it.
Jaculated? What?
Ejaculated. The
No.
jackal
That's why it was all white?
Savages.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
You're
why
a
the suit's
savage.
on. You sick men. Sick men.
You know, I like the Ethan Hawke stuff because I feel like there's like this blurred line of like, you start thinking like, oh, maybe he's not so bad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, he's
That's what
bad.
makes a good villain.
Yeah, like,
that's
let
what
that-
makes a good
I
villain.
want
You know,
that to ride out
they
for a little
think
bit.
they're right.
Agreed.
And you might be like, well, maybe they are making
I want
sense.
to write it
You
out
know?
though. Like he kills that homeless guy at the end. You're like, oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Well,
let
and
it
really,
go
he's
for a
just
few
he's
episodes.
just a jaded lover.
Yeah.
He's really
that's
just a
right.
jaded lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
right.
Khonshu kicked him to the curb, and
Yeah,
now
now
he's sore.
he wants to
about
get
it.
back in.
He got left at the
Right.
altar.
He found himself a new Egyptian god to follow. And
That's right.
That's good.
We don't know why
Right.
that homeless guy
Well,
was
heck, he killed
homeless,
the-
though. He could have been a dick, and that's the reason why he's homeless.
That's no reason to be homeless.
He could have been homeless. He could have been driven out
But
of
he
his home.
also killed the old lady. He
Yeah,
also
he
killed
does.
I
the
could have
old
been
lady.
a dick, too.
know.
Old
No,
ladies,
it was
you
her.
know?
It was her own fault because she was
Yeah.
gonna do something really bad at some point.
She
right?
was a loud cat lady. She had
He was
neighbors.
going to do something.
She was gonna call the
Yeah,
cops on her
something bad,
neighbors for
right?
no reason.
Probably never tipped anybody at a restaurant.
I've been there. I had a neighbor like that. In Quincy.
Probably drove like
I love it 'cause
10,
it's the
10
age-old
in a
question.
60
Go ahead.
lane. You know how old people are. They do a ton of stuff that piss you off.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at all of you, except Tito, because he's younger than me.
What were you gonna say, Steven? The age-old
I got
question.
another 9 years. So.
No. It was the answer question. Is it predestination or is it choice?
Yeah.
It's
You know,
exactly.
so is my
that's the
path
argument.
given to me that I have to follow, or is it that I have choice in this
Right.
world?
Can I
And thought,
change?
ooh, I like how they're playing this. Can
Yeah.
I
Wow,
change? Yeah.
Predestination.
Yep.
Yep.
I know. Is there going to be? I mean, I know Mark doesn't like it, but is there going to be a redemption arc for Ethan Hawke? Is
Oh,
he gonna-
jeez. I really
Oh,
hope
you don't
not.
like when heroes,
I hope
when
not.
villains
Enough. Not all of
find
them have to
redemption?
have it.
Not all of them. Yeah.
You-
Some
yeah.
of them won't find it.
Oh, I agree with you, Mark. I
I've
agree with
ranted
you.
with this. Thank you,
They
Mike.
just
Yeah.
won't.
Not all of them have
Yes,
to be.
I agree.
Yeah. Let some of them just be bad.
I know. Yeah.
All
I
right.
know.
Don't
Just
roll
be
your eyes at me,
bad.
Rainen.
Yes.
I'm standing right
Listen,
next to you.
it's not the creator's fault. It's the fans' fault.
It's
right.
the
For
fans'
liking
fault.
the character so much that they have to switch the persona just to tweak it a little bit.
I don't think
Well,
I'll
stop.
like Ethan Hawke that much. Though.
No, I don't. Yeah.
No, yeah.
I don't think enough. Yeah.
Well, his hair.
I like him
I've
the most.
seen-
I like him just the way he is.
I've
Same
seen
here,
I've
Mike.
seen
I like
him
Gattaca.
just the way
Make
he
him
is.
evil.
Stay right
Yeah.
there.
Listen, we've all seen
Yep.
Gattaca.
That's right.
Listen, I know it's going to be awkward for all those little itty bitty Jedis that got killed by Anakin Skywalker, who's now all of a sudden on the light side in the little Force thing. You know, awkward this is.
Master Skywalker, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right, that's it.
I bet you none of them was saying yippee.
Oh, none of them said yippie that day.
None of them said anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only one who does not want any redemption for Ethan Hawke is Uma Thurman, by the way. So
Yeah. Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, when Anakin became a Force ghost, all those little Padawans looked at him and went, "You killed us."
Yeah, I know.
What's this guy doing
Exactly.
here?
Exactly.
That had to be awkward at the Space Ghost get together or the Space Ghost parties, right? Hey, who are you? I'm Harry. You killed. I'm Darth. No, what's a?
Yeah.
I'm Harry Fizzlebizzle, whatever the hell Star Wars name is. You cut me in half. See, notice I'm moving around in a wheelbarrow because my other half is still on Tatooine.
Obi-Wan was like, Anakin, what do you have to say to that?
No, he gets spider leg.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I killed you.
All right.
My mom was named Shmi. What do you want? I had a horrible childhood.
But I will say, let the villains be villains.
Yes.
Right.
Let them be bad guys.
That's right.
And I hope that's for Ethan Hawke. Because,
Same.
there's something to be said about seeing a villain get their comeuppance.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think it was Mike that said this
I
last
don't
time.
want.
You said, I think it was you, that we don't have a lot of great villains anymore. There aren't too many of them, not like there used to be. And I agree with you. Most of them are just like they start out good, but they turn bad, or like.
Well, and even the ones that were great ones have been modified.
But they've got that moral dilemma about them when you kind of agree with them. There's just no I'm a bad guy. And I'm going to do bad things, and you need to stop me.
Right.
I mean, I just kind of miss that, There's no more
I feel
Skeletors.
like there were only ever like a handful of
There's no
those
more Dr.
characters,
Claus.
the pure evil characters.
Yeah, they're still there.
Only like a handful.
But-
every just about every villain
Right.
was always that. Well, they went left instead of right. Batman went right, and
Joker
Riddler went left.
Oh, Riddler went
well,
left.
I think
yeah.
Joker is the prime example of just like the pure evil. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't. There's no
Well,
redemption
depends.
whatsoever. He's
Right,
just like
depends
a
with
straight-up
our
bad dude.
so sure, yeah.
We'll never know what his origin is, but
Yeah.
as of based on what I can tell, he's just like a straight up bad guy.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
even Doom, as great a villain as he is,
Yep.
I will say this.
There is
Like I would
empathy,
pick,
yeah.
I take Doom's side over the Fantastic Four side in most cases.
Well, that's because they blow. I like the Fantastic. I like Doctor Doom.
I would
I love Doctor
They
Doom.
blow.
I love Doctor Doom. I didn't know where he was
That's 'cause-
from, but
Latveria.
he's from Visaria or
Latveria.
but
Well, you think they were you
Lawrence
think they
of the
were,
labia.
the Fantastic Four were from San Francisco, where everything blows but the wind.
And
we did, boys.
Steven does the mic
We
drop,
did
and
it,
he's
boys.
out.
We corrupted them. They had such a
Thank you.
wholesome
Good night.
fun show, and we've seeped into their
Now,
brains.
Steven, now we have to put an explicit warning on our podcast.
See, it's because you did it on their show.
Good call.
It's because you did it on their show.
Well played. Well played. Well played.
We welcome it here.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are funny.
Oh gosh, I will say this. I guess Tito, was it you that said it that for Ethan Hawke's character, he was a jilted lover?
Oh no, Derek.
That was
That
Derek.
was Derek. Yeah.
That was Derek. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, like
that's
Khonshu
good.
gave up on
That's
him, you know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, you're Khonshu's new side piece.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, all right.
No, it's great when he's like reciting all the lines. Like I've
Yeah.
heard that one before.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
it was.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a great scene.
Yeah.
That scene
It
was
was
like,
good.
yeah, he's like repeating
yeah.
back to him what
Now he's
Khonshu
got-
is saying.
Where you
Yeah.
telling you
Right.
how pretty your eyes are right now? Like, yeah, it had that very like. I fell for it too. I know exactly
He's telling you he's gonna call you in the morning.
Yeah, right.
It's
True. I didn't think,
That Anubis is just a friend. Oh, okay, yeah, I heard that too.
Oh my gosh.
I saw you do it in the pyramid. It wasn't me. I saw you do it with the Sphinx. It wasn't me.
You just wait till we get to the Oscars, man. I'm gonna slap. Oh, God.
Slap.
It does. So that's like, can they fit that in 4 more episodes? Like, I would like to see how Ethan Hawke had the power,
Yeah.
lost it, how
Yeah.
Mark gets it. I know he
Keep my avatar's
He's
name
died.
out your mouth.
I know he's died. Like, who was first? Is Stephen Grant the first?
Like since
No, is Stephen Grant the original?
Oh, the primary.
The primary.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Mark
actually,
Mark
Mark
Spector.
originally, yeah.
Yeah, because
okay.
Mark, because there's a point
No, Mark's
where
not the original either.
He's
Who's
not
the original again?
No, I don't know who the original is. It goes way back to ancient times.
No.
actually.
We mean like the primary for
In this body.
Well, yeah.
Who's the primary personality?
I think it's Mark because he says something about
I think
our
you're right.
arrangement, and you said that he wasn't going to be a problem.
Right.
So like Mark Spector is aware of his.
And I
other
think that's the way
personalities.
they portray it in the comics too,
Yeah.
where Mark is the
primary.
alpha.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I was almost kind of wondering if Mark actually created Steven, as kind of a protection. You know what I mean? Because Steven seems to not know anything that's going on.
Well, it'd be
whatsoever.
interesting. I mean, he keeps leaving voicemails for his mother, and it's like, all right, so who is his mother?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Is he calling?
And then Layla's the one that says, "Oh, you're talking to her again?"
Yeah,
exactly.
Right,
but he's not really. He's just leaving messages.
This movie takes place in modern times, right? Why does he have a
When-
razor phone?
Yeah, I know.
That it threw me every time I saw
when
it.
he started doing that, when he started doing that, I was even questioning whether he actually really was calling his mother or not.
Yeah.
I just kind of thought, okay, maybe he's just calling and leaving messages just to be able to talk to somebody,
Like the same way he
And,
does with the statues, because he sits there with the statues and talks to the statues.
Oh, I love that, the living statue.
That's great.
Right.
Oh my
He's
God.
very,
I was
like,
telling Steven-
convinced
Yeah.
that he's talking to someone that's listening and giving him
Right.
feedback.
Right.
Speaking of hot fuzz,
So
'cause
it's
that's
all-
the first thing.
Seriously.
That's the first thing I went
Crusty
to.
jugglers.
Yeah, I totally went to hot fuzz. Oh, the human statue.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was telling Steven before you guys even came on, I was telling Steven that when my wife and I watched the first episode and we seen that scene where he's sitting with the quote unquote statue. At first, I couldn't figure out whether it was a real statue or if it was an actor. Because it was dark.
Yeah.
And it was hard to see. And I kept looking at his hair. I'm like, his hair looks like it's real. It doesn't look metal, And I told her, I go, is he just sitting next to this guy because he knows he can't move?
I know.
And he has to sit and listen to him.
Yeah.
And then when we see him in the second episode, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
It really is.
Yeah.
See, I thought that the first episode was a real one. I totally missed that. That was another thing that I missed watching the first
you
episode.
didn't realize it was a living
Yeah,
statue?
I thought that the first episode was a real statue, and then the second one he has that living statue.
Oh, yeah.
Same guy. They're
It's the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far
It's the
as-
same guy.
I just want to see like
In fact,
I just want to see a show of just like Steven going through like his day, like talking to this guy, the statue, like just being the schlub that he is, dealing with his fish, leaving messages for. It's just
The
so
guy selling
sad.
umbrellas outside his.
Seriously, and he's like not even. He can't even like he tries.
That's great. Yeah, keep doing that.
He tries to be pissy to him, but he can't. It's
right.
Sounds like a Napoleon Dynamite movie. I don't
Kind
want to
of.
that.
Imagine how bad that living statue needs.
Moon
money
Knight,
to
come
show
get
up
your
there
food.
and
He's calling
this guy's gonna
Layla.
talk to him.
Yeah,
Bring me
he's
some
like, oh, shit.
chapstick. My lips
This
hurt
guy's
real
coming
bad.
in. I can't move.
He's the living statue's bread and butter. Like he has to show up every day.
That's right.
Because he
Yeah.
can't throw money in his bucket. Right?
That's right.
He's like, I gotta go to work.
Well, and he tells other people to throw money in
And
the
he makes
bucket.
other
right.
people- Yeah, I'll take your picture. Throw some money in the bucket.
Well, at least he's helping him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's like a symbiotic relationship. It's like Venom all over again.
Very, yeah.
It all comes back to
Why
them.
do you have to bring that in? Why do you have to? Jesus. All right. Well, I guess we covered.
Well, it
I
could
think
be
we did.
symbiotic like it could be symbiotic like the Gungans and the
yeah. And the Naboo.
Don't mention the gun.
Naboo.
Yeah, no.
So wait, my choice is
Oh, I did that
Venom.
on purpose.
My
You
choice
realize
is
it's a
Venom or
symbiotic
Phantom-
relationship. What one
Phantom
does to the
Menace?
other,
Which-
it affects
Oh,
everybody.
one do I get?
is that the Jar Jar Binks is one of those?
Yeah.
He's a Gungan,
Jar Jar
yeah.
Binks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big guy that's
Misa Gungan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say
Venom.
I'm gonna
over-
say
Misa
something
Gungan.
that might get me in trouble. But the scene when the droid gets stuck to his foot and he starts shooting everything with the droid stuck to his foot, might be the best scene in Star Wars.
All right, get out.
It might be the greatest scene in all of Star Wars.
Well,
When
so
the robot
much
stops to
for
his hips,
Venom being a good movie,
and he's
being the
kicking it
dumbest
around,
thing you said. Well,
and the lasers are killing everybody on accident. I love that's
Hey, Tito?
You like that? That's like a Home Alone shit right there. Right?
Hey, Tito. That scene rivals anything in the sequel trilogy.
There you go.
Oh yeah, well wait a minute, you're comparing shit to shit. That
I would
doesn't-
rather see that.
Oh my
than
God.
Yeah, but you know what?
Han Solo
I don't
die.
know. The sequel trilogy is solid shit, whereas whereas the prequel is runny, and it's like clearly they didn't have enough fun.
I think the sequel is running.
Wow, see, there we go. I think it's a freaking disease, and it should be used as a form of capital punishment on people. Never mind the needle. Just you're watching Phantom Menace on a loop until you die of natural causes for the rest.
Yeah, but at least they'll smile.
See, to
when
me,
they
that's
get
Last
that
Jedi.
Because
right.
of that scene.
Because of that scene.
I know,
they're
you
gonna
hate
smile.
Last
They're gonna
Jedi.
smile.
I understand,
I do.
Mike. I get it. I get it. I heard a lot of people very unhappy with how they handled Luke Skywalker. In
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like
The Last Jedi.
that much.
No, it's not Luke.
Oh,
It's
it isn't?
Jake.
Oh, it's
Jake
It's not the real Luke.
All right.
Even Mark Hamill, Mark Hamill has said that's Jake Skywalker. It's not Luke Skywalker.
Okay. Mark Hamill, what do you
It's a
think of The
multiverse
Last
thing.
Jedi?
I'm not a fan.
No, give me your Mark Hamill impression.
Oh yes.
Thank you. Yep.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it's the best
That's my
Mark
Luke
Hamill.
Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
We should say-
I forgot that I did my Luke Skywalker impersonation.
Oh, I remember because I almost lost control of
remember
the
that.
car because
Yeah.
I was laughing so.
We were gonna say.
But then you'd add a word at the end, like lightsaber. Or you go pod racing.
You almost sound like Beaker from the Muppets.
That's what he sounds like to me. Too much Luke Skywalker. There's too much Luke Skywalker now.
I'm sorry, Mike. We know you like Luke. We're shitting all over him.
I used to love Luke Skywalker. I feel like
Did
it's
you?
too much. It's too much
Just
Luke
too much
Skywalker.
Luke?
Like stop it.
Stop it, Luke.
No, because then like you have like the extra, the last 3 films, and I don't know. It didn't seem like a grand end for him. Not to me.
It wasn't really a grand end for anything.
And now you have these 2 instances of Luke Skywalker clearly being the worst teacher of Jedi ever. Like he couldn't do it with Kylo, and he can't do it with Grogu.
You have to choose.
Keep him
Either
away.
stay here in chain
Yeah.
or wear this chainmail.
Keep him away from Padawans. Don't let him train anybody. Don't let him.
Well,
do it.
Grogu left.
Don't let him do it.
And then Luke got whiny and threw him into the X-wing and said, "Fine, I'll send you back."
See? That's it.
That's
the
true.
one. That's how
right.
it goes.
And that's just Luke, man.
That's just Luke, baby.
man.
That's just Luke, baby.
Oh boy. Well, that's a whole nother episode.
That is.
See, I can
All
make fun of Luke too.
Shall we wrap this up?
Yeah, do we have anything that is making our geek flags fly?
Oh, yes, do we?
Gentlemen, have you been watching anything geeky or reading anything geeky or...
I picked up.
Oh, here he goes. He's going behind his desk now.
Uh-oh.
He's pulling up something.
His treasure
Oh,
trove.
oh. He's taking his pants
Yeah,
off
my
too.
treasure trove, exactly.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Hey, don't tell all my secrets.
He's got the Batman
I
who
picked up
laughs.
the Batman Who Laughs.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't actually started reading it yet. But yeah, if anything's making my geek flag fly right now, this is it.
Nice.
Oh,
So,
you had mentioned that one.
Batman Who Laughs.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I still haven't.
Well, the only thing I have behind my desk is
A human head.
my Greek New Testament.
Oh, nice.
A new car.
No, I watched. I do like Kenneth Branagh, and
yes,
I watched. It popped up on HBO Max.
Death on the
I watched
Nile,
with-
right?
Yep, my wife. and
Oh,
I
we watched it too.
together.
Is that on HBO Max?
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
good. It's good. I liked it.
It was very good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
As usual, I bought that on Vudu before
did
I
you?
realized it was on HBO.
I
I'm
did
like,
the same
oh,
thing with Nobody.
and on Hulu. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I did the same thing with Nobody too. I love Nobody.
Me too. My
great
dad
movie.
wanted to watch it for the longest time, and we never made it to see it in the theater. I'm like, all right, I'm finally going to rent it. And like 2 weeks before it showed up on HBO Max, I freaking was going to rent it.
Right.
And it turned out that you couldn't rent it. You had to just buy it. So I'm like, all right, I'll buy it for like 19 bucks. I'm like, we
Right.
want to see it anyway. So we bought it and then watched it and loved it. But then 2 weeks later, it was on HBO Max, and we all could have watched it.
What was
you know,
the
for
first movie
nothing.
they did with him as Perot? What was it called?
It was the Murder on the Orient Express.
That one. So I really want to like that movie, but it came off as a bit slow to me.
Yeah.
But I do really want to see this, so I'm wondering.
I agree.
I'll
I
be
think
honest
this one
with
was
you.
better, Tito.
This one was better than the Murder on the Orient Express.
And if I
Yeah.
remember right, Steven, didn't this one get panned by critics too? It wasn't very well received.
Yeah.
From what I remember
yeah.
when it came out.
Critics suck.
They totally do.
They don't know
Well,
anything.
It's true. It's
Unless
true. I
it's
don't
us.
usually go by what they say, but
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that whole
I did like
Knives
this
Out
one.
thing. You know, that
Knives Out was
whole-
awesome.
Oh, it was
Yeah, I saw that
incredible.
one.
That whole, murder whodunit is not a major
Even though it was
genre
Ruin,
today.
Even though it was Ruin Johnson.
Yeah. Ruined Johnson.
I see what you did.
Oh, get ready, Mike. He's making a sequel.
That's right. It's two of them on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
2 of them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Knives Out 2 and 3.
Two of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard
alright.
about that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
Daniel Craig isn't Bond anymore, so he's got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
You're
just him. He's a reoccurring character.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do want to see that.
I
Death on the
I
Nile.
love those types of movies though.
Same.
Ensembles and murder mysteries, like those. I mean, Clue is one of my favorite movies.
All time.
it's-
Nice.
So I'll
Which ending?
my
Scooby-Doo
favorite
ending.
is and this is Peacock. Yeah.
No,
This is
that-
Peacock.
I like
Peacock.
all of them at the end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go home and
I'm
have sex
asleep with my wife.
I love
That's right. Turns out that
Right,
Michael
already.
McKean wasn't gay after all. He was the FBI agent.
1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
Yeah, no. It's 2 + 2 + 1 + 1.
That is a good. That is a good scene. I love that
Great,
part.
great movie. Great.
If you want to
great
know who
movie.
killed Mr. Body, it was me in the thing with the revolver. And I was like, oh, great spin to that. I love that movie. I love that movie. But yeah, I definitely want to see Death on the Nile.
Yeah, no, you should
And I
see it. It's
realized
good.
was
It's
on
worth
HBO
seeing.
Max.
Yep, it's a good cast and
I'll
it's a
check
good
that out.
story.
Cool. Derek?
What about?
What did we miss? I thought that was.
No, we did Steven.
Yeah, Mike.
that
There
was
you go.
me.
Mike.
No, Mike did the Batman Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wake up.
Pay
I've had a
attention,
few
man.
to drink. All
Yeah.
right?
Remember he held,
I'm
he
sorry.
held up the comic book and you said, "Oh, the Batman."
Yes,
laughs."
that's right.
He said it out loud.
You were staring right at it.
Hello, I'm Derek, first time listener, long time caller. Oh wait, no, that's
He thought that was last episode.
I thought this was 2 weeks ago.
What happened?
Isn't it Christmas?
Well, it'd be Christmas if things weren't a little hooter than they hotter than they are now.
Mine is also a Batman related thing. The upcoming Batman Unburied. It's
what is that?
So it's an audio
heard
series
of
that's coming to Spotify. It's an audio series. They've done a slew of audios,
Huh.
which are like there's been a couple Wolverine ones.
I have one. I haven't listened
Yeah.
to it, but I have it.
And they're pretty good. So this one, David Goyer is writing. He wrote a story. It's debuting on May 3rd. Hold on. Winston Duke. Winston Duke is Bruce Wayne. Jason Isaacs is Alfred. Gina Rodriguez is Barbara Gordon.
Oh wow.
There's a new character called the Harvester. That's what the story circles around. John Rice Davies is going to be in it.
Indeed.
Jessica Marie Garcia is Renee Montoya. So
What's it called?
Wow.
It's called Batman Unburied.
Cool.
And this is the premise. It's instead of being the billionaire playboy fans expect, this version of Bruce Wayne is a forensic pathologist working in Gotham Hospital when a serial killer, a new character created for the series and known as the Harvester, starts to wreak havoc on the city. As he performs the autopsies on the victims, Bruce Wayne becomes so obsessed that his father, Dr. Thomas Wayne, the head of Gotham Hospital, forces him into medical leave and to attend sessions with a psychiatrist. Meanwhile, with the Batman missing and the Harvester still on the loose, Detective Barbara Gordon turns to the Riddler for help. Batman Unburied will bring listeners to a brand new take on Gotham City and all its iconic characters.
Well, that sounds awesome.
I like that. Yeah, so it's like I know Steven, it sounds like a little bit of a multiverse. I'm sorry. I know.
It's within its own realm.
It's Elseworlds.
Yeah.
It's an Elseworlds.
It's like Gotham
story.
by Gaslight.
Exactly.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Thank you,
Right?
Stephen. I love that.
Batman gets a pass.
He's okay when
Totally
they're
does.
contained.
Yes.
He doesn't
Right.
mind it when they're contained. It's just when they start,
The crossovers.
When they
They're
merge.
not a fan of the
Strings.
crossovers.
Yes.
That's
then his
right.
head can't take it.
Yeah.
I crossed the streams, Ray.
Right. That almost sounds like Bone Collector.
Yeah,
Bone
a little
Collector style.
That was a good flick.
That was really good.
Ethan Hawke was in that, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh, see how you bring it all back, Derek? See that?
No, Steven brought it back.
Yeah, but you
Steven brought it back.
No, that was Denzel Washington was in Bone Collector.
Yeah,
I
he
know,
brought
but
it back.
Ethan Hawke was. Oh no, I'm
No.
thinking Taking Lives.
Oh.
Ethan Hawke
Another
and
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie.
All right, I take it back. You both suck.
Angelica. It's Angelica Houston.
Angelica Jolie.
She might as well be. What about you?
All right, so I was tardy to a party seeing a horror film from 2014 called Digging Up the Marrow, directed and starring Adam Green, who I'm a huge fan of. I love the Hatchet series. I love Frozen, not the Disney one, the other one. And the
Holliston.
series Holliston, which is excellent.
Let the
And,
blood flow. Let the blood flow.
Digging Up the Marrow is about Adam Green directing a documentary where he and his team head out to meet a guy who claims that he has in fact seen real life monsters. The guy is played by Ray Wise, who is Leland Palmer of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
There are a slew of cameos from people who have shown up in pretty much all of Adam Green's work. Kane Hodder, Tony Todd, Tom Holland from Fright Night.
Oh, nice.
Spider-Man, Mick Garris, like all the regulars.
Not
show
to
up
be
in there.
confused with Tom Holland.
Not
from
to be
Spider-Man.
confused with Tom Holland. It's one of those fake documentary movies, which is really good. I kind of wish I had seen it for when we did our mockumentary episode.
Nice, yeah.
Very cool, awesome effects, some great scares. It's very funny. Like I said, I am a big fan of Adam Green. I listen to his podcast, The Movie Crypt, and his horror films are awesome. He's a super horror buff, and his films are great. So if you are a horror film fan, I highly recommend checking it out. If you like mockumentaries, this is a good one. It's really good. That's mine.
Cool.
Is it streaming on anything?
I love
It
it.
is streaming on, what did I see it on? Tubi.
Oh, okay.
It was
to be or not to be?
To be or not to be.
I thought you said TV. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Don't be a
It is
jerk.
streaming on TV.
Don't be a jerk.
That I would not.
It's on TV.
Streaming on
I
my
would not
television.
be
How'd you- on my
that
television.
smug. That's you.
That is me.
That's a Tito.
That's me.
Then that's just
100%.
Tito, man.
Got more
That's just
class.
Tito, man. That's just me, man.
What the
Flicking
hell is?
the rabbit ears. And
What's making
baby.
your?
That's just me, baby.
What's making your smug flag fly? Tito?
Oh gosh. You know I'm watching the same old shit still.
All right.
So
Fast Nine? Is that what it was?
Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy.
I brought this up last week. I'm watching Atlanta. I think it's the best show on television. There are 3 episodes in. That new episode just came out last week. I watched it with it's one of the few shows my wife will watch with me. And then I was on like a Shane Black kick. So I watched Nice Guys.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Another great
Another
movie.
good one.
Back to back recently because they're so.
That's a
there's
nice 1-2
so
punch.
much-
Those
so
two
fun.
movies work so well together.
They're
Yeah.
so fun.
And then get kicked in the nuts by watching Predators.
And then I watched I like
A little bit of a low blow.
I like Predator.
I didn't mind it either. It was
I like
all right.
Predator.
I liked his The Predator better, or his Predator better, whichever one came
No,
out.
Predators.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Predators.
No, Predators is the newer. Oh no.
No, Predators.
Oh,
Predators
you're
was the
right.
Grace
Right.
one.
It's
Predators isn't
Predator.
Shane Black. It's
Yeah.
the Predator.
Yes.
It's the Predator. Yes.
The Predator.
That film. I
I'm
like.
sorry.
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
joke just fell flat.
No,
God
no,
damn
it's
it,
all right.
Derek.
Damn it.
Not when I,
Told you I didn't want to wear the mask.
none of us know what the movie's called, so it doesn't matter. Right?
No, I knew. I
Except
knew.
for
I was
Mark.
right here.
Yeah, he's,
The hell am I? Chop liver?
I'm sure he's made something. Oh, you know what? Didn't he make Iron Man 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
did.
there you go.
Great
There's,
movie.
there's the crotch shot.
Great
Derek,
movie.
don't you be dissing Iron Man 3.
Don't you be-
You know what? Shane Black is like the Val Kilmer of directors.
He
for
totally
me. I
is,
give
yes.
Iron
He
Man
gets
3
a-
gets a pass.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 gets a pass. Batman Forever gets a pass.
And Val Kilmer was in Kiss Bang Bang, too.
That's
So,
right.
I
Forever
mean,
does not get a pass.
Val Kilmer gets a pass. He gets all the passes.
That's right.
No. Batman
the
Forever
best.
and Batman Robin are the Batman movies we do not speak of.
Oh, no, they're out there.
The Voldemort.
Those that shall not be named.
Yeah.
Those that shall not be named.
right?
Anything else? Any more same old shit?
No, you know what? I want to start Moon Knight, but I haven't. I kind of fell off on Miss Marvel. No, like the comics.
I was gonna say.
The comics, not the show. The comics.
I was gonna say, Tito, you did a great job.
Wow, did you
this episode.
fake it?
I was like,
Talk
I'm
about fake it to
committed.
make it.
No, the comics.
2 hours.
The comics. I wanted to read the books.
Yeah.
I wanted to start reading the books, and I haven't gotten around to it. I was reading Miss Marvel. I kind of fell off on that too.
Mm-hmm.
I fell off on a bunch of stuff. I was reading like
I started reading America
bouncing
Chavez,
around.
and I couldn't.
I
couldn't
read some
keep
of that. I was just bouncing around
Yeah,
from thing to
not-
thing.
Chicklet.
America Chavez. Yeah,
It's chicklet. It's
Chicklet.
it's comic book chicklet.
Oh, all
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's generic.
Yeah.
it's,
All
it's
right.
nothing
I'm
special.
telling you, DC
Yeah, it's
versus
nothing special.
vampires.
Yeah, that's
Pick
not
it
on
up.
the app yet.
I know.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this.
If I buy, here's the thing: when I buy actual comic books,
Uh-huh.
I don't read them.
right.
I put them in plastic and
But
I hide
I
them
read them
forever.
once and I put them in.
And then I go on my phone and I see if they have it on my phone so I can read it.
I will let you borrow them.
No, because then I feel like I might ruin them, and I don't want that to happen.
Special
to your comic
collector's
books.
edition of Alligator. Too.
Okay, set that one on.
What about you, Brian? What's
Well, I'm taking a page from our friend Mark over here, who's been touting his favorite show, Mountain Monster Men, whatever it's called.
Touting. Wait
What-
a minute. Did you say touting?
I did say touting.
That's a big word.
That's not a very big word.
Oh, well, what does tout mean? How
Tout
do-
your weight.
Really? Oh, I like
Touting. It's been, you've been talking it up. You've been.
That's true. I do
Yeah.
that.
So what's the name of it
Touting.
again?
It's called Mountain Monsters.
Mountain
Like
Monsters.
Derek's-
All right. So I was close.
Like
Mountain
Derek's
Monsters.
been
Touting. Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
Derek's been touting his weight.
Yes.
I said like Derek's been touting his weight.
Yeah, that's right. Just going around like you own.
Tout it around.
So the last couple of days, I haven't been feeling good. I've been fighting some kind of cold or something, and just yesterday, I was home from work and kind of channel surfing on the old Fire Stick, and I came across this thing that piqued my interest called the Bridgewater Triangle. Now, for those of you outside of our area, the Bridgewater Triangle sits within southeastern Massachusetts. It includes a number of locations known for unexplained occurrences, the most prominent of which includes the legendary Hockomock Swamp and the infamous Freetown Fall River State Forest. The triangle's traditional borders are revealed by connecting the dots between the town of Abington to the north, Freetown to the southeast, and Rehoboth to the southwest. The region hosts an unusually high volume of reports involving strange occurrences, unexplained mysteries, and sinister activities, from ghostly hauntings and cryptic animal sightings to UFO encounters and evidence of satanic ritual sacrifice. The Bridgewater Triangle serves as one of the world's most diverse hotspots for paranormal activity, and it just happens to be right in our backyard, and I had no idea.
Yeah, it happens to be where me and Mark grew up.
That's right. That's right.
We
So
are from Bridgewater.
and I saw this, and I'm like, oh my god! I said, Mark's always talking about these creature shows, and this one deals with stuff right in our backyard. So I happened to look at it, and that's when I discovered the Puckwudgie.
Which is making his geek flag fly.
Yes, I want to see,
That's right.
before I die, I want to see a Puckwudgie. A Puckwudgie apparently is a 3-foot tall
Puckwudgie.
Bigfoot. A Puckwudgie.
Yes.
It's a Native American.
Puckwudgie.
Yes, it's a Native American kind of troll-like
It's like
little.
a bonsai Bigfoot.
A bonsai.
Oh, like the little tree version of
A little tree of a Bigfoot. Okay.
Not like it just jumps out of closet.
It just yells,
Why do I
bonsai!
picture Bigfoot?
It's like Daniel-san.
Why do I picture?
Now I wish it did now.
You have to give it a
Why do
haircut.
I
every
I
now
know.
and
picture
then.
Bigfoot running around going? I said, why do I?
Mini me.
$1 million.
So that's what was making my geek flag fly.
That's it.
Yeah, we get a wedgie
yesterday,
from a
and
puck wedgie.
a puck wedgie. He just goes around
They're
ripping
known
up your
for,
underwear,
yeah.
man.
They sneak up behind you and pull your underwear up.
The atomic puck wedgie.
There you go.
And there you go.
I'll take you. I will take you on a tour sometime. In the meantime, watch Mountain Monsters because it's awesome. I want to believe.
They need to start paying you as a sponsor,
They
Mark.
do. They really do.
They should start paying the guys on the show too.
They should. Watch one episode. One episode, you will be hooked.
Mhm.
You will be hooked.
The end of that every episode is like
The end of the episode.
Those dog
is them.
commercials where it's like for just 75 cents a day, you too can feed a cryptozoologist and allow them to continue on their adventures.
There's a bunch of them in the cage looking up. Sarah McLaughlin's.
I'm Sally Struthers. Do you want to be a cryptozoologist? Sure, we all do.
Do you want to see Nessie? Sure, we all do. So sign up for a position in cryptozoology.
Oh my gosh.
See it, boys. You will believe a
you
monster can be trapped.
Michael, and you thought your penguin fell off the iceberg. So,
Ooh, this was fun.
yeah,
Wow.
and thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us tonight. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Michael and Steven are the hosts of the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. They're a lot of fun. We've been talking about their show for quite a while now, and we encourage everybody to check them out wherever podcasts are available. And you guys have a website too that you can direct everybody to.
It's 2geeksmic.com. So the number 2 geeks GEEKSMIC.com.
All right.
Awesome.
And anything else you guys want to plug? Anything else coming up that you guys want to talk about before we wrap everything up?
Well, I would say every Saturday at, well, we better get our time zones right.
That's right, because we've been having trouble here.
At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Mike is Central Time.
And we're Eastern.
And you guys are Eastern. So we do a live show. You can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, actually, all at the same time.
Awesome.
And our webpage now, too.
Oh, good.
And the webpage. We just added the webpage now. We did a little coding, and now it pops up on the webpage.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have a Discord? Right? Did you have a Discord server?
We're working on it.
Okay, all right. I'm jumping the gun. I'm sorry.
No, we have
it's
it.
up.
Okay.
It's up. It's
All right.
available. It's available.
And you have a Ko-fi page?
It's just funny because normally that's Megan's job. To make sure we. Yes,
I
sir.
know.
We have a Ko-fi page. We've been doing some exclusive Ko-fi programs.
That's right.
So we've got 2 podcasts up now. Our first one was Logan's Run, and the second one was Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to listening to that one.
Right.
Which I can, because I am a
Awesome.
Ko-fi supporter of these guys.
Oh,
They're
nice.
awesome. You guys should definitely check them out.
Absolutely
Yes,
will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, we're gonna have to.
Yep,
We're gonna
and
have
we
to
now
all
we
make
have
a. We're gonna have to all make a friend out on the West Coast so that we can fully.
Yeah, we'll
dominate
envelop
this
all the time
country.
zones here. And really get confused. If you didn't think this was bad enough.
Right. Right.
Seriously.
Right.
Let's throw the whole continent in there, Derek. Like I didn't mess this up enough with just 3 time zones.
Joe, put your surfboard down and podcast with us for just a little while ago.
What, man? Is it that time already, man?
Hippy-tippy weather.
You know, we've got some friends
Like San
across the
Francisco.
pond.
Yeah.
I was saying we got some friends across the pond that we probably need to introduce you to because
Stephen Grant.
We've had some different. Alan Flynn.
Yeah, Alan Flynn.
You guys would just have a blast with him. He is a hoot.
Okay.
He's in the Star Wars movies. He was the captain or the guy on the bridge that was like, they're getting through our shields or something. I can't think of it all of a sudden. And then, but he's also a costume designer, and he has tons of behind the scenes stories to tell. He was one of the stormtroopers in the whole scene. You know, I love you. I know. You know.
Oh, really?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
He was one of the stormtroopers in there.
He got to be a snow trooper and a rebel trooper. And
Nice.
in fact, he came in one of the cuts that didn't make it into the scene. He actually faced himself. The rebel trooper faced the
That's funny.
But he's a hoot. Nice. Just like you guys would probably have a blast with him. But anyway, I'm just saying crossing time zones.
Yeah, right.
We need to introduce you with some friends.
And Michael, give it time.
Because there's 6 hours.
10 more years, and I'm sure George Lucas will put that scene together in a new cut.
And add a dance number to it or something really stupid.
McClunky.
Yeah.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
There you go. There it is.
Nice little breakdance scene. Maybe.
See how we all set each other
Dance
up?
off?
That's right.
We really do.
Lob those softballs.
Well, boys, it was an absolute
Well, guys,
pleasure having
thank you so much for having us because you guys are a hoot. You guys are a lot of fun.
We are such big
And my
fans, you
cheeks are
guys.
hurting.
It is. It's always fun
Thank you.
when the 6 of us get together. It's always a fun time.
It really is.
Yep.
It's always a blast.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we'll do this again very soon because we've
Absolutely.
already been talking. And providing that we don't screw up the time zones again, then it'll happen.
For the love of God, move.
We'll just have to move out to the west. That's all.
No way. No.
No?
They have scorpions out there. I'm not going.
Scorpions. Not that far.
No, I'm not going there. No, I don't like leaving my house.
Not in the
personal.
Midwest. There's no
Stephen lives in
scorpions
St.
here.
Louis. They don't have scorpions.
They got something.
Or they got killer barbecue.
I mean,
Killer
Michael lives in St. Louis.
They got blues. They got blues.
Yeah, they got
blues.
blues. up
Yeah,
there.
they got the blues.
They got the blues clues.
Yeah, we got the Blues, and we got Cardinals.
That's right.
The Cardinals.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, my wife and I, we went to Florida for a honeymoon, and we were playing miniature golf, and there was an armadillo walking across the golf course, and there were some people from Australia, and they looked at us. They looked at us, and they went, "Are they tame?" And we're like, "Oh no, we're from Illinois."
Should have said, "Them's good eating. Go grab
Go,
one."
take a bite out of one. Yeah. Aussie you. That's because everything down there wants to kill them. Every
right.
animal in Australia
That's
wants
true.
to kill you.
That's right.
So they see anything, they're like, oh, we got to fucking step on it.
Have a look at the head.
Step on the bug.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's an armadillo.
That's a knife.
I thought you were going to tell me an alligator was gonna, because that's why I'm not going to Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen alligator. I know what happens.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
End up in your swimming pool.
They get up in your swimming pool. But they end up, they don't get up. They
Yeah.
end up in your
Yeah, they get up into your
up
swimming
out of-
pool.
Yeah.
Those are just alligators,
Hell
man.
no,
That's
now
just-
just
yeah.
an
Alligators being alligators.
That's right.
Right up into it.
We stayed in Tampa several years ago, and the house we were staying at, there was like a little pond behind it, and every day my brother-in-law and I would walk over to the pond to see if we could see an alligator, and we never did. I think it's a myth.
Yeah.
Hell no, it is not. I have seen many a documentary.
He was under there, Mike.
Yeah.
He just, he was just watching. He was waiting.
That's right.
He didn't
It
get
might
close
have
enough.
been.
They're in freaking supermarket parking lots, man.
I know.
They hide under the cars for the shade. They're evil.
Florida's
Florida's
hell of a
evil.
place.
It is
Right.
a hell of a place.
It is.
Screw you, Disney.
All right, Mark, you want to wrap it all up?
Yeah, we probably should. All right, so thank you everybody for listening to us. Do we want to give the plug on where we can be found?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot all about that. All right, before you wrap it up, I'm just
Very
going to say,
quickly, yeah, go for it.
after you see Mike and Steven at 2geeksmike.com, check us out at 3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3gdpodcast.com for all of your podcast needs.
Small things amuse me.
That's right. I know.
It's my favorite part of the podcast every week.
And then when I had you do it, you screwed it up.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Small things amuse you. That's why you're sitting next to Mark, right?
Yeah.
oh,
Oh my! What are you implying? Have you been talking to my wife? That's what happens when I make her watch Alligator. Man. She's
That's it, man.
talking about my tiny buck wedgie. Shit, son.
Where else are we, Brian?
This is because I dissed the Nolan movies, isn't it, Mike? You were waiting for that. Next time. Thank you, everybody. Steve, Mike, thank you for joining us again.
Yes,
thank
thank
you
you
all
guys.
for listening to us. Until we meet again, I am Mark.
I am Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
And
you guys?
These guys are.
Did they forget?
Michael.
Okay.
And Steven.
All right.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you again so much.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank everybody. Keep watching the skies. We're all going to go and have sex with our puck wedgies. Good night.
Not in this house.
So the cedar closet's for.
It was a Clue reference, man. Talking.
Oh, I'm going home to sleep with my wife.
Oh my God.
Boys,
Not that my
thank
wife
you
is
so
a
much.
puck
Say
wedgie.
puck wedgies in Clue.
I
I
just-
didn't get the, reference,
thanks,
but it makes
Tito.
sense.
No, it
make
does
sense
now,
what
huh?
you're saying. Sorry.
You're not
Fuck
sorry at
Whitney,
all.
so
Take
I've
your
learned a
shots.
whole new
Take your
word.
shots.
So it's a learning podcast. We're
They-
very,
they
you know,
can't-
we're
See that?
educational.
You know you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right, Mark? So you gotta take
Yeah, right.
Every once in a while, you just gotta take a shot.
I say it all the time.
50% of this game is 90% mental.
You see what I have to work with here.
You see what I have to work.
Father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
You mean the dog? Yeah. I am the father.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another geektastic episode of Three Geeky Dads. My laptop is going.
It is.
Going
It is.
forward.
It's going by itself. It's
moving by
freaking-
It's
itself.
possessed. It's possessed.
Hold up
Scroll
1 minute.
back.
Someone
Scroll
call a
back.
priest.
Oh my
What
God.
is going on? That is scary.
Let's try that again. Oh, it's all.
Oh my God, I've never witnessed that.
What the hell is going on?
Now it's doing it the other
Should we
way.
start again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Let's do it again.
There's our
Sorry.
stinger, gentlemen. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna try that again
no
because
problem.
Mark's PC decided to
It's a jerk.
has a mind of its
The
own.
exorcism. We're good.
Seriously.
The power of
All right.
Christ compels you.
Steven is qualified. All right. So we are going to start again in 3, 2.